What's up, T? Peace and blessings to you all. That's right, Tora. You the greatest. I'm the best, beloved. You are the greatest, and I am the best. I cannot do it without you. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. What's up, Pam? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Thank you for that. Yeah, it is. It gets hot. It will get hot. I had this custom made just so I can go live in it. So we'll see how it goes. Uh, T Benz, what's up, T Benz? Got my D Wade in the building. Let's get it. Joseph's in the building. Hey, Joseph, I sent you, I sent you that address, just so you know. So check your inbox when you get a second. I sent you that address just so you know. And then I'm gonna respond to you too. I know you were talking about maybe doing maybe some one-on-one coaching or something. I don't know if that's something that you still need, but if so, we can talk about that on the other end of the live. What's up, Cody? So good to see you. Pumpkin Cookies in the building. Let's get it. So good to see you. Good morning to you all. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. You said your wife argues a lot, huh? Sweet love, what's going on? What's going on? Good morning to you all, Mustang. I see you. Peace and blessings to you all. Happy Friday Eve to you all. We've covered a lot of ground this week. That part right there, T Benz. Be where your feet are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Be where your feet are. No 50-50 zone. No 50-50 zone. Because what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. So good to see you. You said your brain needs me this morning. I got you. Sefe, what's up, family? So good to see you. We got coaches pouring in this bad boy. That part right there, that part right there, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Joseph, you said you received the message. Okay, I love it. Yeah, you got to be fully in this moment. You got to be fully in this moment. This moment is the only one that matters. No other moment matters. Why would you want to be anywhere else? Life can only unfold in this moment. You can only experience love in this moment. You can only experience happiness in this moment. You can only experience joy and peace in this moment. You can't experience those things in any other moment. You can only experience God in this moment. You can't experience him in the past, and you can't experience him in the future. So why would you ever want to be where he's not? Just make it make sense. Why would you ever want to be where he's not? The moment that you start focusing on the past, you just disconnected yourself from it. When you start focusing on the future, you just disconnected yourself from it. You're no longer operating on the same frequency that he's on. He's in this moment, not in the past and not in the future, which doesn't exist anyway. Maywood, what's up, beloved? Good morning to you. So good to see you. So good to see you. Ann's in the building. What's up, Ann? So good to see you. Yeah, today's a brand new day. Don't focus on what yesterday has taken away from you. Focus on what today is trying to offer you. It's the only thing that matters. Some of you guys, your hands are so filled with yesterday, you can't carry what today is trying to offer you. Mayra, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Her Highness. I see you. Good morning to you all. Yeah, new day, new mindset. That's it. New day, new mindset. Honey, man, so good to see you, beloved. New day, new mindset. That part right there, T Benz, get back in that raft. Get back in the raft. Rika's in the building. What's up, Rika? That part right there, presence is so important. We're going to cover a lot of that today. We're going to cover a lot of everything today. But you got to be where your feet are. You got to master the ability to be. If you can't dominate your here and now, how are you going to master your there and then? That's to be the most important question you ask yourself all day today. If you can't master your here and now, how can you possibly master your there and then? And your there and then is only a reflection of your here and now. Just make it make sense. If I don't have complete control over my here and now, my there and then is going to be out of control too. And this is why most people's lives never change, because you so focus on the there and then that you don't dominate your here and now. Your there and then is only a reflection of your here and now. So it makes absolutely no sense for you to step outside of this moment to focus on any other moment when every other moment is only a reflection of the moment you're standing in right now. Think about what I'm saying. Your past is predicated on your present moment. Your future is predicated on the present moment. Anytime you think about your past and you don't like where you are, you don't like what's happening, you measure your life to somebody else, you're basing it on where you are in this moment. When you think about the future, you're always basing it on where you are in this moment. This is why you don't have the same future as anyone else. You will never share the same future as any other person, not your kids, not your partner. Nobody shares your future because your future is predicated on who you are in this moment. It's coming from who you are in this moment. That part right there, Tara, that part right there. I mean, just think about what I'm saying. If you can't master your here and now, how will you ever master your there and then? That's why it makes no sense when people focus on the future. I'm like, you ain't even got control over your present moment. How you gonna master the next moment and you failing with the one standing in front of you? You're failing at the moment that's in front of you. You ain't got control over this one. You already focused on the next one. You ain't mastered this one. And that's what the past is really reflecting. It can't reflect who you are. It can only reflect who you were. So if you don't like who you were, then I've got to make some changes. I've got to stop identifying with the version of myself that can't take me any further than I already am. That's why we suffer. Kui, I appreciate you, beloved. Thank you, beloved. Thank you, beloved. I'm not loud. Your phone is just broken. Talk to Apple. So do me a favor and share a lot of your stories if you haven't already done so. Please share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please. I'll tell you how to master the present moment, beloved. We're gonna get into all of that. Again, do me a favor and share or repost the live. Type me in the comments. That part right there, Sandy. Yeah, that part right there, beloved. And good morning to you. Do me a favor and type me in the comments if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Type me in the comments, please, if this is your very first time seeing me go live. Because this is a TED Talk on steroids. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, for anyone, welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness, self-mastery, relationship mastery, emotional intelligence, 5D consciousness. I specialize in helping my students and clients globally to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. I have created a brand called Mindset Masters that is represented in every country on this planet. I have written a book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be, which is represented in every country on this planet. That should tell you something if it doesn't tell you anything. You don't have to like me. Don't focus on the messenger. I'm not what's important. What I say is what it's important. Don't ever get caught up on me. Some of you guys are so focused on me that you can't hear me. It's the most mind-blowing thing in the world. When people come in and they're caught up on the room and caught up on the clothes and caught up on the jewelry, you're caught up on the wrong things. I'm just the vessel that God speaks through. I'm just the vessel that Spirit speaks through. The vessel is not important. What's coming out of the vessel is what's important, because what's coming out of the vessel will change your life. Don't get caught up on me. See, this is how you know when a person is truly ready to change their life. When you're ready to change your life, you ain't gonna care who's telling you the information. You won't care if the homeless man is telling you. You won't care if the CEO of McDonald's is telling you. You won't care if the lady is sitting on the side of the road somewhere is telling you. You won't care. When wisdom is on display, the first thing you should be doing is listening. When awareness is on display, self-mastery is on display, the only thing you should be doing is listening. If you think it in that moment, then you're not listening. If you're talking in that moment, that you're not listening. So you're not ready for a transformation. Some people just show up to criticize. Some people show up to judge. Some people show up to project what they are onto me. You come on, man. I'm not the one. Because what you say will never affect me. I'm emotionally bulletproof. I can promise you right now, there's not a thing that can come out of your mouth. There's not a thing you can call me that's going to get me to come out of my character. Nothing you can say to me. And that's what awareness is going to do. It's the most powerful gift on the planet that it's going to give you. It's just going to make you emotionally bulletproof. It's going to make you immune to criticism, immune to judgment. Just watch the comments. Just watch the things that people say, and then watch how much energy I give it. I'm telling you now, I respond to what God calls me, not to what you say, not to what you think, not to what you think I should be doing. Don't waste your energy telling me what you think about me, because it doesn't mean anything to me. I can't pay my mortgage with your opinions. I can't pay my car payments with your opinions. I can't take your opinions to the grocery store and purchase anything in there, not even to the Dollar Tree. So your opinions don't matter to me. And it's so important that we understand that, man. Stop giving these people's criticisms and their judgments of you and what they think about you. Man, people speak from their pain. They judge you from their trauma. People judge you from their wounds. They don't judge you from their strength. The happy person will never judge you. The person that's operating out of unconditional love will never judge you. The person that has peace in their life will never judge you. People that suffer judge you. People that don't know what to do with their pain judge you. That's who's judging you. Why are you responding to them people? People that don't like their lives, those are the people that's going to judge you. Any person that criticizes me in the chat is someone that doesn't like their life, because my greatness is triggering their mediocrity. The healed version of me is triggering their wounds. I'm telling you, it's only the people who suffer that's going to judge you. And that's all you got to pay attention to. That's what God is saying. Why are you sitting here giving this person your energy? You have no awareness in you if you give the person that criticizes you your energy. You have no self-mastery if you give the person that judges you your energy. They're judging you from their pain, beloved. You got to wake up. You got to wake up. You got to wake up. All right, let's get busy, get busy. Yeah, Bella, what's up, beloved? Lynetta's in the building. What's up, beloved? Carrie 601. What's up, beloved? David, I see you. What's up, beloved? Yeah, you just can't. I'm telling you right now, man, the most powerful gift on the planet, one of them for sure, is just to be emotionally bulletproof, because that means that nothing can stop you from becoming the person that you are ultimately supposed to be. That's what that really means. It just means that you'll never be stopped from reaching your purpose. You'll never be stopped from becoming the version of yourself that God, just nothing will ever be able to stop you. That's what stops us. People's criticisms, their judgments, their opinions. What are they going to think about me? Fear, all of these other things like that. We're so caught up on what other people think. We care so much about what they think. We give so much power to their opinions, even though most people don't have a high opinion of themselves. The person that you're worried about criticizing you doesn't have a high opinion of themselves. The person that judges you also judges themselves. That's how we learn how to judge. We judge ourselves so much that it's so easy for us to judge other people. But the moment that you stop judging yourself, you'll also judge other people. I don't judge me. I don't punish me for who I used to be. I don't punish me for past mistakes. I don't punish me for past failed relationships. I don't punish me. So because I don't punish me, I'll never punish you. Anytime that you judge people, it's only because you judge yourself. And you've mastered the ability to judge you to such a degree that it's easy for you to judge them. But the day that you stop judging you, you'll simultaneously stop judging them. Because anything that you judge, you can never understand. You can't understand what you judge because you already think you know. So the realest thing I can ever tell you, stop judging you. Let go of yesterday. That's the only reason why you judge yourself. Two reasons why you judge yourself. Number one, you don't understand your spiritual contract. You're not awakened yet. You judge yourself because you're asleep. And every time you judge yourself, you lower your vibrational frequency. So happiness out the window. Unconditional love out the window. Peace out the window. Why? Because you're operating from the lowest vibrational frequency. You're causing pain to yourself, but you're claiming to be intelligent at the same time. Make it make sense. How can you, I don't give a damn how many PhDs you have. If you're judging yourself, then you're punishing yourself for things that you no longer have the ability to control. for things that you no longer have the ability to change. Anything you're judging yourself over is something that you no longer have access to. So where's your emotional intelligence there? I'm not asking you to change your life right now. I'm just asking you to change the filter that you see it through. Bella, I see, but I'm telling you right now, the day that you stop judging yourself, you will simultaneously stop judging other people. When you stop judging yourself, peace will come back, love will come back, happiness will come back. All of these things will come back. I don't judge me because I need me. I'm the only me that I have that's going to take me across the finish line. So why would I judge me? Why would I judge the only person that can take me to where I want to be? Just think about what I'm saying to you. If somebody walked up every day and they said, "Oh, I don't like you, and you stupid, and you make mistakes, and you not enough, and you always messing up, you always making mistakes," you wouldn't want to hang out with that person. But that person is you, because those are all things that we settle ourselves. There's not a person in history that has ever judged you or criticized you more than you've done to yourself. You're just immune to your own judgments and criticisms. But the moment that somebody else does it, you only attack. But you do it all the time. All right, let's get busy. Lena, what's up, beloved? Star, I see you. Now, I don't judge me for any reason. And because I don't judge me, I'll never judge you. Marco, what's up, beloved? Yeah, we've all done. Now I used to, honey man. Whip girl, what's up, beloved? Yeah, it is. It is self introspection. It is so important. Self observation. But like I said again, it's just, I just operate from the highest vibrational frequency. I operate from love. Failures, I need them because that's how I'll grow. Mistakes, I need them because that's how I'll grow. Failed relationships, I need them because that's how I'll grow. All of the mistakes, I need them because that's how I'll grow. That's how I grow, beloved. I need every mistake. I need every failure. I need every failed relationship. I need every failed friendship. I need it all. I need mine and yours. See, I know what it takes to become the most powerful version of you. You don't success your way to success. You mistake your way to success. You fail your way to the most powerful version of you, because your job is to learn from all of the mistakes that you're making and all of the failures that you're making. Your job is to learn from that, because you're going to know more about yourself on the other side of the mistake than you would have learned had you never made the mistake to begin with. You're going to learn more about yourself after the failed relationship than you would have learned about yourself had you never been in a relationship to begin with. So how can a relationship be a failure if you walked away smarter? How can the mistake be a failure if you walked away smarter? Just make it make sense to me. You don't judge that baby when the baby falls down. Every time that baby falls down, you never judge the baby for trying to walk. Never. Baby fall down 100 times. You just look at the baby and say the baby's going to eventually figure it out. But we don't do that when it comes to ourselves. We don't give ourselves that same grace that we give that baby. Even though the baby is failing and falling down, but it's not looked at as a failure because that's how the baby is going to learn and grow. But that's how you've been doing it your whole life. How all of a sudden it transformed into something different because you're an adult now? Just make it make sense. You make one mistake at work, you criticize yourself all day. You make a mistake in a relationship, you criticize yourself all day, but you don't do it to that baby. But you do it to yourself. I'm just asking you to make it make sense. I'm talking about we make one mistake, color our whole day with it. One failure, color our whole day with it. Look at the baby. Let the baby make mistake after mistake after mistake. Oh, he learning, she learning, but you ain't learning. Red, what's up, beloved? Thank you for that, love. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm just saying make it make sense. I ain't asking you to change your life. I'm just asking you to change the way you look at it. That's all I'm doing. Let me do... Jax, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Motivational Cam. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's crazy, man, how I love every mistake. See, this is how you get to unconditional love. I love every mistake. I love every failure. I love every setback. I love every obstacle. I love every person that walked out of my life. I love all of the failed relationships. I love it all. I don't reject any part of my past. That's why I got unconditional love in my life, because I don't reject the past anymore. Some of you guys, the reason why you're suffering because you're still rejecting things that you don't understand. You're rejecting the past. You're rejecting the relationship. You're rejecting the divorce. You're rejecting the friendship that fell apart. You're rejecting whatever happened at you. You're still rejecting things. As long as you're rejecting things, the thing that you're rejecting, you're giving it power. You're giving it as much power as you are using to reject it. So it isn't going anywhere. It's still living written space in your mind for free. And this is why the happiness isn't there, the unconditional love isn't there, the joy isn't there, the peace isn't there, because you're too busy rejecting things that God needs you to accept. Period. You're too busy rejecting things that God needs you to accept and move on. He said, accept the thing and move on. We can't change it. We can't alter it. We can't edit it. It's part of what's going to make you powerful if you would just let me finish the book. Stop trying to reread the last chapter and let me finish the book. Man, the book ain't even finished yet. You sit here judging chapter by chapter. Let the movie play out. Some of you guys are in the middle of the movie. You judging the whole movie, punishing yourself. Now let the movie play out. You're going to like who you become in the end. Trust me when I tell you that. This is why when people ask me, oh, coach, what would you say to the 20-year version of you? Absolutely nothing. I don't want to talk to that version of me because I love who I've become. So they didn't make mistakes. All right, let's get busy, getting busy. Which is a perfect segue into what we're getting ready to cover. That part right there. Stop remembering what God has already forgotten. That's what's hurting you. Stop remembering what God has already forgotten. That's what's tearing you up right now. Your past was meant to be a place of reference, not residence. Your ego reminds you of your history because your ego wants to keep you small. It's dominating you. This is why you need self-awareness and self-mastery. It's your ego reminding you of your failures and your mistakes and the failed relationships and who you used to be. It's doing that because it knows what you're getting ready to become and what you're trying to become. Because your spirit and your ego will never share the same stage. This is why awareness is so important. Doesn't matter if you got the best relationship in the world, if you're still suffering. Doesn't matter if you're the CEO of some company, if you're still suffering. Doesn't matter how many Bentley steering wheels you grip, if you're still suffering. Doesn't matter how many Louis bags you clutching, if you still haven't mastered yourself. You ain't mastered nothing. You just impressing a bunch of people that don't matter. That's all you got going on. So one more time, your ego reminds you of your history. God reminds you of your identity. He's trying to remind you of who you are. Your ego is trying to remind you of who you were. You see the difference? See, God doesn't pretend that your past never happened. God is saying, stop allowing your past to have the final word. For some of you guys, that's what you're doing. You allowing your past to have the final word. When you woke up this morning, your morning started with a whole new chapter. This morning wasn't a continuation of the previous chapter. When you started this morning, you started with a brand new chapter, meaning you're going to write today's chapter with all of the choices and decisions you make. But how can you master today's chapter if you still read the last one? If you still focusing on the last one? See, every time you define yourself in your past, you minimize what God is trying to build in you. Let me say that one more time. Every time you define yourself by your past, you minimize what God is trying to build in you today. See, most people are not building from their purpose in life. They're building to outrun who they used to be. Stop living from a past that God is no longer holding against you. Man, that's crushing you. He don't give a damn about what's in your past because he understands that what's in your past is what's getting ready to build your future. Your pain leads to your purpose in life. Your pain leads to your awakening. Every wound that you've ever had leads to who you're getting ready to become. That's the medicine that you're going to bring to the world. I'm speaking from old wounds right now that I've transformed into power. Do you know how powerful I am right now? Because of my pain, because of my trauma, because of all of my childhood wounds. Do you know how powerful I am right now? I'm like titanium. But I'm on the other side of it, which is what God is trying to do with you through awareness and self-mastery and emotional intelligence. He's trying to get you on the other side of it, but you keep focusing on the first part of the bridge. So get to the other side of the bridge. You're going to like the view from there. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to love the view from the other side if you would just allow yourself to get there. I love everything. I'm like, damn, God, you rock with me like that? It was all a misunderstanding. All of your suffering is coming from what you fail to understand, beloved. You don't understand your spiritual contract. You haven't had your awakening yet. You're judging yourself from the version of you that's still asleep. You're not judging yourself from the awakened version of you. You're judging yourself from the version of yourself that's still asleep. That's why you don't see the whole field, because you're too busy focusing on the last play. They're the last play. We focusing on the play that's in front of us right now. We're trying to win the Super Bowl. We ain't got time to focus on the last play. Yesterday represents the last play. Just imagine you in the Super Bowl right now. We got an opportunity to win the game. But in the last play, you fumbled. Okay, if we keep focusing on the fumble, how are we going to score on the next play? We going into the huddle. We sitting here talking about what we need to be doing and how we going to score the next play. You like, but I fumbled. Man, we don't give a damn about that. We got the ball back. You got the ball in your hand right now. Yes or no? If you are alive, you are carrying God's football right now. Let me say that one more time in case you're not, your spirit. Let me say it so loud that your spirit hears me. If you are alive right now, if you can hear the sound of my voice right now, you are carrying God's football right now. That means you can still win the game, but you can't win it if you keep focusing on what happened yesterday, last year, last month, 6 months ago. You ain't gonna win the game. Now get your head in the game. If you can't change it, it shouldn't rent space in your mind for free. If you can't alter it, it shouldn't rent space in your mind for free. The only thing you should be focused on is what you have impact and control over. If you have no control over it, why are you focusing on it? You got to get your head in the game. You the coach and the player right now. You got to get your head in the game. Don't run the team into the damn ground because you're sitting here focusing on the last play. You got the ball back. That's what God is saying. You got the ball, yes or no? Are you breathing? Yeah. Can you hear the sound of my voice? Yeah. Did you hold the ball? You lose when you can't hold the ball anymore, meaning you don't wake up that day. Like a lot of people didn't wake up yesterday. A lot of people didn't wake up today. They're not holding the ball anymore. God's got the ball back now. You still holding the ball. Okay, so let's go win the game. Period. Let's go win the game. We understand what happened in the last play. You punish. Listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to punish the defense. The defense is for everybody that comes against you. The defense is for everybody that's ever rejected you. The defense is for everybody that's ever hurt you, that's ever betrayed you, that's ever whatever the case may be. Okay, let's punish the defense. Whatever you didn't get from yesterday, let's tax today. Let me say that one more time. Whatever yesterday didn't give you, whatever yesterday took away from you, let's tax today. But let's not focus on yesterday. But we can tax the hell out of today. Today is like you can tax me all you want. But trying to tax yesterday, you wasting your time. Yesterday ain't gonna give you nothing. Today can give you everything. said yesterday can't give you nothing but depression. Yesterday can only give you stress. Yesterday can only give you happiness. Today can give you joy. Today can give you peace. Today can give you love. Today can give you everything you want. Yesterday can't give you anything. We sit here focusing on yesterday. We focusing on the one thing that can't give us anything. Just make it make sense. One time, I'm not trying to get you to change your life. I'm just trying to get you to change the way you see it. That's it. Ellie, what's up, beloved? Iris, I see you. What's up, beloved? Yeah, we all in the rearview mirror, Rich. So one more time, most people are not building from their purpose in life. Problem number one, they're building to outrun who they used to be. Tracy, what's up, beloved? Stop living from a past that God is no longer holding against you. So if God is no longer holding your past against you, well, who's holding it against you? Because he ain't focused on it. He already knows what the end of the book gonna look like. He's not caught up on your past. You are. Let's talk spirit to spirit right now. Let's talk spirit to spirit right now. Bring your spirit to the front of the class. What's hurting you is the weight that no one sees you carrying. That's what's hurting you. What's hurting you is the weight that no one else can see you carrying right now. See, not all weight shows up on a scale. Some of the heaviest burdens in life, no scale on the planet can measure. For example, the weight of your calling that most people refuse to acknowledge. The weight of all of your unhealed wounds. No scale can measure that. The weight of who you are when no one else is watching. The weight of the addiction that you can't walk away from. The weight of your attachment to that person that for some strange reason you just can't seem to shake. The weight of the toxic relationship that you can't walk away from. The weight of yesterday's version of you that keeps dominating today's version of you. See, Siri, ain't nobody talking to you. People see your success. They see your success. But God sees the weight that you're carrying that no one else can see. Other people can only see your success, but nobody sees the mental weight that you're carrying that only God can see. And that's why it's so important. Yeah, she does, Lena. She got a whole lot going on. Yeah, this is, you know. See, everyone celebrates what you're building, but no one sees the weight of what it's costing you to carry it. Some of you guys are carrying a lot of weight right now. Some of you guys are carrying a lot of weight right now. I'm not talking about the weight on your physical body. See, no one can see the weight of your soul until it starts to show up in your life. Every leader carries weight but not every weight belongs to the leader. What are you carrying right now that doesn't belong to you? Carrying your past is not your responsibility, beloved. Carrying the stories about what broke you is not your responsibility. Carrying who you used to be and all of these outdated versions of yourself and who hurt you and who betrayed you and what your parents didn't give you and all of these other things like that. You're not supposed to carry that. Some of you guys are so heavy because of what you're carrying that was never designed for you to carry. So one more time, every leader carries weight. We get that part. But not every weight belongs to that leader. I don't carry things that don't belong to me anymore. Whatever my dad didn't give me, I don't carry that anymore. What the past didn't give me, I don't carry that. The failed relationships, I don't carry that. See, this is what it means to be so light that you can pass through the eye of a needle because you're not carrying anything. I don't carry anything anymore. I'm light as a feather. I don't carry anything. It doesn't serve me to carry it. I carry what serves me. See, some burdens were never yours to carry. The moment that you start carrying what only God can carry is the very moment that you lose your peace. That's why your peace is gone. That's why the happiness is gone. Not because of what's happening in the present moment, but because of what's happened in all of the moments leading up to the present moment. It's not the present moment that's robbing you of your peace. It's not the present moment that's robbing you of your happiness. It's all of the moments that you're carrying that you were never supposed to carry. This is why self-awareness and self-mastery is so important because you're going to learn how to not carry things anymore. I don't carry anything. I don't carry your opinions. I don't carry your criticisms. I don't carry your judgments. I don't carry the stories and the assumptions that you create surrounding who you think I am. I don't carry anything. I carry my mission. I carry my purpose. That's heavy enough. Just carrying the weight of my purpose is heavy enough. I can't carry any more than that. Can't carry my purpose in the past at the same time. That's enough. Raven, what's up, beloved? Millie, I see you, beloved. Yeah, some of you guys are carrying things that only God's shoulders can carry. Your shoulders are amazing. And your shoulders are so strong. There's so much that you can carry on your shoulders, but your shoulders weren't built to carry the past. They weren't built to carry your pain. They weren't built to carry all of the stories regarding what people have done to you leading up to this moment. They're not strong enough for that. They're just strong enough to carry your purpose. So one more time, the moment that you start carrying what only God can carry is the very moment that you lose your peace. See, there are certain things that belong to you and there are certain things that belong to God. And he said, beloved, give me the past. Let me deal with all the people from the past. I need you to focus on where you're going. Because how can you focus on where you're going and you looking back at where you used to be? You can't drive your car through the front windshield while you're looking through the rearview mirror at the same time. It's not going to work that way. Your attention is going to be on one or the other. See, God never asked you to carry your past. He never asked you to carry your failures and mistakes around with you like luggage. He's not asking you to carry that. Because this moment requires so much of you. Just to become who he created you to be carries so much of your focus and requires so much of your focus, energy, and attention that you really don't have time to give energy and attention to anything else. Especially things that you can't do anything about. Anything that's hurting you right now, I can guarantee is something that you can't do anything about. Something you can't change, you can't alter, you can't edit. If it's behind you, what can you do about it? Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live to your stories. I love that, Millie. I love that. Share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. Darlene, I see you, beloved. Type no in the comments real quick if you are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day. If you are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day, type no in the comments, please. And just so you guys know, I know a lot of you guys hit me up. My thought of the day is coming in email format only. No more text messages, email only. Ronnie, I see you, beloved. I see you. I see you. Again, type no if you're not currently signed up for my free thought of the day. And just again, for anyone that's in the Mindset Masters community or anyone that's already signed up, again, the free thought of the day will only be coming in email format because it's more medicine in the email than in the text message, far more medicine. You know, what's the purpose of the free thought of the day? Just real quick. The free thought of the day is designed so that you can wake up inspired. Period. We don't have time to wake up sad. We don't have time to wake up gloomy. We don't have time to be moody. We don't have time for that. Your purpose is too important. Why you were created is too important to start focusing on what you're missing and what you don't have. That's number two. That's number one. Number two, wake up with purpose every day. I wake up on fire every day. And the reason why I wake up on fire every day is because I get a divorce from yesterday. Every day I get a divorce. I've had more divorces than any person on the planet because I'm always divorcing who I used to be. So this is just self-mastery. So I don't carry anything into the next day. I don't carry yesterday's failures and mistakes into today, punishing today for what today didn't do. That's number two. Number three, you want to wake up to something every day that's designed to unlock your inner greatness, right? That's really the whole point. So if you're not currently signed up for it, copy and paste that link that Tara has pinned to the screen. Copy and paste that link, put it inside your browser. It'll take you to get signed up for the free thought of the day. And then you guys will be ready to go. Do it right now. You never, ever wait when there's an opportunity for growth. That's why most people don't grow and become the most powerful version of themselves, because they don't seize the moment. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll wait to do it later. I'll wait to do this. And then guess what? Some other thought is going to enter your mind. It's going to cause you to shift, cause you to move in a different direction. And then you never take advantage of the opportunity. Weight belongs at the gym. It doesn't belong in your life. If you're going to wait, go to the gym and do it. But don't do it when it comes to your life, when it comes to your growth. So copy and paste that link. Put it inside your browser. It'll take you a couple seconds to get signed up. Get signed up real quick, and then we're going to rock and roll. Jazz, I see you. Yeah, it's only going to take you a second to get signed up. Again, copy and paste the link you got. Share or repost a live to your stories if you haven't already done so, please. We're getting ready to turn up. 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 All right, let's get busy, getting busy. Let me say this real quick too, because yesterday was important for a lot of different reasons. Yesterday was so important. Dave, what's up, beloved? Yesterday was so important for a lot of different reasons. And I just want to do a quick recap. Paulina, what's up, beloved? I just want to do a quick recap, and then we're going to get back into this live. The most powerful thing you are currently in possession of is your mindset, period. When you call someone a thief, you're naming a kind of mindset. When you call someone disciplined, you're naming a kind of mindset. When you call someone a billionaire, you're naming a kind of mindset. When you say that someone is lazy or they procrastinate, you're naming a kind of mindset, right? When you say that someone is self-aware or emotionally intelligent, you're naming a kind of mindset. You're not describing the person. That's not what you're describing. What you're describing is their mindset. No matter what you say about the person, what you're describing is the person's mindset, right? You're describing the mindset. The most powerful thing you own is your mindset. What does your current mindset say about you? Because it's having a whole conversation with every single person you know, and you don't have to say a word. What does it say? Does your current mindset say that you settle for less than you deserve? Is that what it's saying about you? Does your current mindset say that you settle for less than you deserve? Does your current mindset say that you procrastinate and make excuses and waste time? Does your current mindset say that you don't have a burning desire to become something greater than you are in this moment? Does your current mindset say that you shrink and show up small in your own life, that you walk on eggshells? What is it saying? Because it's saying something. See, that's what I'm saying to you. Because your mindset is having a conversation with people long before your words ever do. And let me tell you the most important thing in human history. The version of you who receives your assignment from God is not the version of you that can fulfill it. You got $1 billion choice to make right now. The version of you who receives your assignment from God is not the version of you who can fulfill it. Two completely different versions of you. One version of you going to receive the assignment, and then the other version of you is who you have to transform into to fulfill the assignment. But the one that receives it does not have the emotional capacity to fulfill it, does not have the self-awareness, the character, integrity, and discipline to fulfill the calling, the assignment. And that's where we get it twisted. You thinking that because you received it, see, what God will do is he will evolve you just enough to receive the assignment. But the version of you that receives it can't fulfill it. Why am I stuck, coach? Because you're trying to fulfill the assignment with the version of you that received it. You're trying to become the most powerful version of yourself on the shoulders of who you used to be. That's what's crushing you. I had to see, you got to lose yourself to find yourself. That's one of the best things you're going to ever do. But I had to lose me in order to find this version of me. I couldn't find this version of me with using the flashlight that created the old me. I had to lose that dude. Man, that dude couldn't have brought me here. Ain't no way in hell that dude could, who I used to be could not have sat here on this live stream right now and had this conversation. He didn't have the emotional intelligence. He didn't have the self-awareness. He was perfect for who he was, but he was not equipped for who I've become. He couldn't have had this conversation with you. Doesn't mean he wasn't good for that time period. He worked for a certain time period. But I had to lose myself in order to find myself. I had to completely let go of me. There is no rebirth without death. In order for something new to be born, something old has to die. God is not going to let you take who you used to be into who you are becoming. Let me just give you that news flash now, because I tried and I was super slick with it. He ain't going to let you do it. Now, you can fool me. You can fool the people on social media. You can fool the people out in the world. You ain't going to ever fool him. You cannot become who you want to be by remaining who you are. So you have a choice to make. And that choice is completely up to you. And that's the beautiful thing about God is that he's not pushing you to become who he created you to be. He gave you free will. You don't have to do it. You can settle for mediocrity. You can settle for a life far less than what you're capable of living. You can settle for all those things. Settle for average relationships, average life. Because once you get on the other side of who he created you to be, and you look back at who you used to be, you're gonna feel disrespected. But right now, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're giving up. That's the reason why there's no urgency in you, because you don't really know what you're giving up. You know who you are right now, but you have no idea what you are giving up. I didn't know. I would have been on fire had I known I was getting ready to become this. I would have been on fire. So, but he won't let you see it. He's not going to give you a preview. He's not going to give you a sneak peek. There won't be any of that. You're just going to have to trust him. Essence, what's up, beloved? All right, let's get back into it. I got you. Fat Poppy, I got you. Yeah, the old version of you has to die in order for, and we talk about this all the time. Death in awareness just means to shed and get rid of. We ain't talking about death for real. Death in awareness simply means to shed and get rid of, to let go of the old so that you can step into the new. But you can't step into the new while you dragging your old life behind you. Pushing PIC, beloved. Yeah, your comfort zone is where every dream you have, the goal to die. All your goals and dreams die in your comfort zone. And that's what the very thing you protected is the thing that's hurt you the most. The very mindset that you protected is the one that's keeping you from your breakthrough. That mindset that you protected right now is the one that's stopping you from your breakthrough. You are the enemy in your life, beloved. Wake up. The enemy in your life is called YOU. Not us, not they, not them. It's just you. If you would just get out of your own way, one more time, stop remembering what God has already forgotten. What's hurting you is the weight that no one sees you carrying. It's crushing you right now. All right, Tara, get ready to pin that piece up there for me, beloved. Get ready to pin that piece I texted you this morning. We can return the fire up. We can return the fire up. We can return the fire up right now. You don't want your phone to start smoking and get hot. You might want to scroll past right now. It's be a good time for you to leave the live stream right now. I'm just going to tell you that now. Let me say this to you. You can't spell there without here. Look at what she has pinned on that screen. Look at what she has pinned on that screen right now. You can't spell there without here. There is built from your here. So why the hell would you be focused on there when your there is built from your here? I'm just showing you how important the present moment is. Keep that pinned up there for me, beloved. I'm just showing you how important the present moment is. Man, we tripping. God is like, why are you all out there in the future? Do you not understand that your there is built from your here, not the other way around? You giving energy to the wrong thing. See, everyone wants there. The new life. We want the influence, right? We want the impact in the $1 million business. Man, I get all of that. But they fail to embrace the here. If I don't master my here, my there ain't gonna be nothing. That's what I'm trying to wake you up to. Damn, what's going on over there? If I don't master what's here, how can my there be powerful if my here is not powerful? And my there is only a reflection of my here. Do you not see the ignorance in focusing on your there? What's going to happen? All that anxiety you producing. That's where all your anxiety coming from. Focusing on some there. No, your power is here. You ain't got no power in your there. You ain't going to impact nothing. Your there is being created by what you do here. So if you haven't mastered your here, your there won't be any different. Your here is a preview to your there. Man, once I really understood this, I need you to understand this on all three levels of mastery: cognitive mastery, emotional mastery, physical mastery. Understand this, and then you will see the ignorance in focusing on any moment outside of this one. I said ignorance. Sheer ignorance. It's like you jumping in the ocean, you don't know how to swim. I'm gonna look at you like, what the hell is you doing? Where your mind at? You ain't drunk, you ain't high, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just keep jumping in the ocean. If I was doing that, you would be looking at me like, Coach, what the hell is wrong with you? That's how God looking at us. That's exactly how He's looking at us. He's like, what do you keep jumping in the ocean for? Ain't nothing out there. If you don't master your here, your there won't be any better. If your here ain't off the chain, how can your there be off the chain if your here ain't off the chain? No, I'm just asking you to make it make sense. Your here creates your there. So I don't need to be anywhere else. One more time. You can't spell there without here. There is built from here. Everyone wants there. And the reason why we all want there is because we don't like our here. See, the reason why most people focus on tomorrow because they don't like their today. And so they escape their today because of the promise of a better tomorrow. But your tomorrow can't be better than your today is because your tomorrow is only a reflection of your today. If nothing changes in your today, how's something going to change in your tomorrow? And this is why we keep waking up to the same life, same life, same life. Some of you guys are on here right now. You've been living the same life for a year. Talking about you want to change this and want to change that and want to change this, but everything is the same. Why? Because you ain't mastered your here. You ain't mastered the here. If I'm not strong, confident, powerful, emotionally intelligent, self-aware, disciplined in my here, my there won't be any more powerful. No more powerful. It's just a reflection of my here. Again, we all want the influence, the impact, the $1 million business, but we fail to fully embrace the here. There is where you're going. Here determines who you are becoming. Write that down. There is where you're going, but your here determines who you are becoming. Your there should never outgrow your here. Your there should never have more influence than your here. But that's exactly what we do. We give the there more influence than our here. One more time, your there should never outgrow your here. It should never carry more weight, more influence than your here. Your character, your integrity, your peace all resides here. God, here. Unconditional love, here. Happiness, here. Abundance, here. Joy, here. Everything is here. You're not going to find God in your there. You're not going to find him in your what was. He's here. You can only experience him in this moment, but you can also only experience peace in this moment, happiness in this moment, joy in this moment, bliss in this moment. Everything can only be experienced in this moment, not in your there, because there is no there. There is just a reflection of your here. There is just your here imagined. There is just a projection of what your here is right now. But your imagination allows you to create some better preview than what you're currently experiencing. But your there is just a projection of what your here is. It's just existing in your mind. This is why we make all these New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm going to get fit and I'm going to start working out and I'm going to start that new diet. That's your there. Oh, and I'm going to work out regularly and I'm going to start that business and I'm going to write that book. Again, that's your there. But the version of you that exists in your here still settles for less, still tolerates less than you deserve, but still shows up small, undisciplined, procrastinates, makes excuses. Well, why don't I get that there? Why don't I ever experience the there in my New Year's resolutions? Because you're still the same version of yourself. The version of you that you needed to transform into to get to your there, you never became. Let me just let my silence have a conversation with you. B57, what's up, beloved? See, this is why when people come in to these relationships and people start telling you all about, oh, we gonna build empires, they selling you a there. Oh, we gonna change the world together, they selling you a there. Oh, we gonna become this power couple, they're selling you a there. Oh, we gonna go and do all of this, we gonna take over the world, they're selling you a there. And you get caught up on the there. You bought the there, which caused you to ignore what was happening here, like the red flags, the inconsistencies, the breakdown in communication, the lies that you was catching the person in, right? The doors that stopped opening, the passion that stopped, the romance that stopped. You were so busy focusing on the there that they sold you that you neglected what was happening here. You stopped paying attention to what was happening here. So you never made it there. The person was actually a part of your here, but they were selling you a there. And while they were in the process of selling you a there, they were slowly making withdrawals from you. Oh, I need you to do this for me. I need you to co-sign on that for me. I need you to loan me this. I need you to do that. I need you to go pull this out of your 401k. I need you to go pull this out of your savings account. I need you to go pull this so I can get ready for our there. You okay, baby? He's selling you to there. She's selling you to there. But they constantly pulling from your here. And then when you make it there, now my credit is ruined. Now I ain't got no money in the bank. Now I done emptied my savings account. Now I done emptied my credit is ruined. Now your there is destroyed because you neglected your here. You don't ever let somebody walk in your life and sell you a there. No, show me what you got for me now. We might not make it to the there. Show me who you are right now. I need to see some evidence of what you've created in the past. Okay, we're going to build an empire together. Show me the empire you already built. Don't tell me about the one we're going to build together. Show me the last empire you built with somebody else. I need receipts because what I carry is too important. What God put in me is too important. I don't want your there. I want what's here because there is a pipe dream. There is an illusion. Some of y'all that got busted over your head, letting somebody sell you a there that you never made it to. Never made it to the there. Never built the empire. Too much truth? Let me know. I'm talking directly to somebody right now. I'm talking directly to somebody right now. I don't know who, but you know who it is. You know who you are I'm talking to. Talking directly to you right now. Chest to chest, spirit to spirit. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost the live to your stories if you haven't already done so. Please, Kev, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. That part right there, Iris. Yeah, you don't let nobody sell you no. I'm giving you the game right now. Like I said again, your here is what create. You can't spell there without here. I'm focused on here. What are you bringing here? I don't want to hear about no there. Matter of fact, the moment you start telling me about a there, that's a red flag. Period. The moment you start telling me about it there, red, I appreciate you, beloved. The moment you start telling me about it there, that's a red flag. I'm out the door now. You start talking about all these empires we're gonna build and all this stuff we're gonna build. You ain't got no receipts for nothing you didn't built in the past. You can't show me nothing you didn't built in the past. So what? I'm the first empire you're gonna build something with? You 40 years old, 50 years old, this your first empire? That's like when people walk up to you and they say things like, "Oh, I got $1 million idea." Hey, there's no such thing as $1 million idea. You are emotionally attached to the idea because it came from your brain. See, anybody that's ever built a real business will tell you a business is the hardest thing to build. It takes a long time before your business ever becomes profitable. So when that person is coming and telling you, "Ooh, I got this $1 million idea," they're trying to recruit you in that moment. There's something that they need from you, something they need you to contribute that they can't contribute themselves. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up funding the business, or you're going to have to lend your credit to the business. You're going to have to co-sign for something before you know it. Why? Because there's only 2 types of goals: goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation. When people say, "I've got this $1 million idea," they're coming from a place of desperation. At that time, they broke. At that time, they're trying to get to the next level in life. At that time, they're trying to level up somehow, some way, some get rich quick scheme. "Ooh, I got this $1 million idea," but I need you to make the idea work. Well, if it's your idea, why can't you make it work? Stop letting people run game on you, man. Jazz, what's up, beloved? Yeah, credit ruined, savings account empty, 401k didn't be corrupt, So I'm like, what are we doing here? Daughter of the Most High, what's up, beloved? See, you can't scale your life while simultaneously neglecting the person that's leading it. How we do that? How can you scale your life while you simultaneously neglect the person that's leading it? I'm the one leading it. You're the one leading it. How did I get put on the back burner? How am I showing up small? What version of me convinced me that I need to not speak my truth so that I can hang on to this person that can't take me anywhere? God is taking you where you need to be, not the person you wake up next to. Let me just give you that news flash. You're giving that person way too much power. God is the only one that will take you. He has to sign off on everything, beloved. You ain't going nowhere without his authorization. If he don't sign off on it, you ain't going there. And even if you make it there without him, you ain't gonna be happy. You're not gonna feel fulfilled. This is what's happening to you right now. Some of you guys are in that position right now. You went and did some things without him. Now you got the thing, you feel empty. You got the relationship, and you still feel unfulfilled. You got the job and the position, but you still feel unfulfilled. You got the money, but you still feel empty. You still feel like something is missing from you. Why? Because you haven't stepped into your purpose. You haven't stepped into your calling. Yeah, you got stuff all around you, but you still feel empty. You still feel unsatisfied. You still feel unfulfilled. I don't have to know you to know that. Anytime you do it without him, it's like empty calories. You acquire the stuff, but you still feel empty. And then you wake up every day and you can't figure out, why am I not happy? I got all this stuff around me, all these people around me. Why am I not happy? I got every reason to be happy, but I'm not happy. You can't figure it out. See, and this is when we really get busted over the head, because that's when we start drinking, and that's when we start smoking, and that's when we start becoming addicted to things, and we start becoming attached. That's when it's going to really bust you over the head. That's when you really going to have to come back to him. Because now you're trying to fill that void that you have in you. You have a purpose-sized void in you. You have a God-sized void in you that no purses can fill, no Rolls Royces can fill, no mansions can fill. Nothing can fill that void. Only your purpose can fill that void. You've been programmed and conditioned to think that, that void means that I need to go get another promotion, or that void means I need to go get another bag, or I need to go get another man or another woman. That's not what it means. It means your calling is knocking on your door and you ain't answering it. That's what that means. See, stop asking, how do I get there? and start focusing on what God needs me to become here. I don't focus on my there anymore. It's the most freeing thing in the world. I'm only caught up on my here. It's the only thing that matters. See, God has always cared more about who you're becoming than where you're going. What good does it do for you to get there if you're still not the most powerful version of yourself? You're still struggling with depression and struggling with anxiety and struggling with unhappiness. What good does it do you to get to your there if you still aren't the most powerful version of yourself? Now I'm just a billionaire on medication. I'm just a billionaire going to the therapist every other week. I'm just a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? What good did it do you? What did you gain from all of that? Your destination isn't built at your destination. Let me see if you catch that. Scar, what's up, beloved? One more time. Your destination isn't built at your destination. It's built where you are today. Everyone celebrates you're there, but very few will understand what God had to build in you here. Don't rush to the place your character hasn't reached. Don't rush to the place your discipline hasn't reached. You're reaching for places that your character can't sustain. You're reaching for a life that you don't have the discipline to sustain. See, this is why God doesn't give us certain things. He's protecting you. He's like, if I give you that life, you ain't got the discipline to go with that life. You don't have the character to match what you're praying for. You don't have the integrity to go with that life. If I give it to you, beloved, you're going to be crushed under the weight of it. Look at all them celebrities that made it and then fell back down to the bottom of the hill. Didn't have the character, didn't have the integrity, didn't have the discipline. Now you got your whole, everybody, all in your business, TMZ in your business, these people over here in your business, every podcast talking about you like a dog, all because you reaching for things that you don't have the discipline to sustain. It terrifies me to become a version of myself that I don't have the character to sustain, because I'm going to be crushed under the very thing I prayed for. And we think that God is don't love us, and why won't he bless me? And why won't he bring me this? He's like, you don't have the integrity, the character, or the discipline to sustain what you're asking me for, beloved. I tell you guys this example all the time. If you got a 15-year-old son or daughter, they ain't never drove a car in their life. Remember, never drove a car in their life. Somebody pulls up in a Ferrari outside, and you send your 15-year-old son to the store in that Ferrari. He's never driven a regular car before. He ain't been in a Honda Accord. He ain't been in a minivan. You put him in this Ferrari, man, you're going to kill him in that Ferrari. He ain't going to know how to deal with that car. You got that 700 horsepower car sitting out here. What you think going to happen to him? And that's what God is saying. You asking me for a Ferrari life, but you got a Honda Accord mindset, Honda Accord level of discipline, Honda Accord level of integrity. You're not ready for that Ferrari yet. And if I give it to you now, it's going to destroy you. That's what I'm saying. Jamie girl, I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate the gifts, you guys. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you so much. Everybody rock. You guys understand? So I'm saying you can't reach for a life that you don't have the character to sustain. You don't have the discipline to sustain. And for a lot of us, like I said again, what do? New Year's comes around. We have all these powerful New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm gonna become fit. I'm gonna change my diet. I'm gonna start that business. I'm gonna do this. All of that represents you're there. But your here represents the version of yourself that still procrastinates, still makes excuses. You don't have the discipline you need. You don't have the character you need. You don't have the integrity you need. So when it comes time for that new year to come around, you still the same person. Who you are in your here doesn't have the character, integrity, and the discipline to match your there. This is why you don't ever get it. This is why you never achieve all those New Year's resolutions that you say you're going to do. This is why every single year, probably around March or April, you start going back to who you've always been. Because you don't have what it takes to sustain that life. You never changed. The goals changed, but you didn't. Your dreams changed, but you didn't. The life you wanted changed, but you didn't. That's what needed to change. That part right there, Rosie, I had to understand that. Like, right now, he's protecting me. And I love it because he's blessing my life at the speed of my discipline. He's blessing my life based upon the strength of my character. He's blessing my life based upon the strength of my integrity. As I grow in my discipline, he's going to give me more to manage. As I grow in my character and integrity, he's going to give me more to manage. That's how he works. You want the best life? Become the most disciplined version of you. It's that simple. He's going to give you anything you want because he knows that you can handle it. But who you were can't manage that life that you're asking him for. Because if you could, you'd already have it. That's the evidence right there. That's the qualifier right there. If it could, you'd already have it right now. I appreciate the gifts, you guys. I appreciate that, beloved. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get into the second part of this. The fruit that everyone sees depends on the roots that no one sees. Let me see if you catch that. Let me see if you catch that. I said the fruit that everyone sees depends on the roots that no one sees. See, everyone wants visible fruits. Fruits just being a metaphor for the life, the cars, the money, the jewelry, all of the material possessions. We all want that. Those are just your fruits, beloved. So one more time, the fruits that everyone sees depends on the roots that no one sees. Everyone wants visible fruits, but very few are willing to cultivate the invisible roots. That's what God is saying, man. Get your roots off the chain. Your roots is your character, your integrity, your man. Damn, the fruit. The fruit is automatic. I don't have to focus on the fruit. I am the fruit because I'm the tree. As my discipline grows, my integrity, my consistency, my self-awareness, my self-mastery, as all of those things grow, my fruit becomes sweeter. It becomes more powerful. But this is the problem. Everybody is focusing on the fruit, but not focusing on the roots. Your roots are what makes the fruit powerful, not the other way around. You got all these people with all of this fruit, but their roots are weak. This is why you can have a whole relationship with a person. You got a whole amazing woman sitting at home, an amazing man sitting at home. This person going out and cheating. Why? Your roots are weak. What good does it do you to have the most beautiful woman if she ain't loyal to you? What good does it do you to have the most handsome man if he ain't loyal to you? He's loyal to every opportunity that comes in front of him at that time. She's loyal to the opportunities that come in front of her at that time. Now, I don't want that. Yeah, your fruit is beautiful, but your roots are weak. Some of y'all waking up next to a person right now. Fruit, beautiful as hell, but the moment that person leaves your presence, roots just get all weak. That's what I'm saying. No, I only want people around me with powerful roots. Roots mean I grow every day. I evolve every day. I'm disciplined. I'm self-aware. I'm emotionally intelligent. I know who I am. I'm not searching for who I am in the windows of other people. I don't window shop in the malls of other people. I know who I am. My roots, I know who I belong to. I know my purpose. I know my mission. I know my calling. I'm loyal to the people that God sent me here to serve. I don't give a damn what you tell me. I know what my purpose and mission is. I take my orders from God, not people. I take all my instruction from him, not people. So we're giving them about what a person is saying, what you thinking about me. That's none of my business. That's your business. This is what I'm saying. So one more time, everyone wants visible fruits, but very few are willing to cultivate invisible roots. Your roots are what make you powerful. Period. Your fruit is not what makes you powerful. But if I'm giving them how much fruit you got around you, again, that's your house is your fruit. The car is your fruit. Whatever is in your bank account is your fruit. Your little friendships and purses and bags and all this other stuff like that, that's your fruit. That's not what makes you powerful. That's just the outcome. Those are all outcomes. Those are all results. See, your roots are what makes you powerful, not your fruits. Before God expands what everyone sees, he deepens what only he can see. Don't spend your life chasing fruit while neglecting the roots that hold it up. The roots are your character, your integrity, your discipline, your emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, because the fruit that people admire is supported by the roots that they'll never applaud. I said the fruits that people admire is supported by the roots that they will never applaud. See, your private depth will always determine your public greatness. People see your success, but God sees your root system. He's not focused on your success. He's focusing on the strength of your roots. That life that you're praying for is predicated on the strength of your roots. Not your vision board. Not your goals and dreams. Doesn't matter what's on your vision board. Doesn't matter how many dreams you've written down. That's not what he's going to bless your life with. He's focused on your root system. If the root system isn't powerful, your life will be equal to whatever your roots can handle. Your life will never exceed what your roots can handle. Let me God see you, beloved. I love you too. See, most people only focus on what's growing above ground. God is only focused on what's growing beneath it. You see the difference? What you become in private determines what you can sustain in public. And this is why I tell you guys, about who you are when no one's watching. Because if you're not powerful in the dark, you'll never be powerful in the light. See, that's why I changed the game. That's really how I became this version of myself. I had to become powerful when no one else is watching. I had to become powerful when no one else is watching. Because again, my private life and my public life are interconnected. If I'm not powerful in the dark, God will never let me be powerful in the light. It's not going to happen. So you don't have to read another book. You don't need another motivational video. You don't need a self-help coach director. You don't need a spiritual guru sitting at the top of a mountain somewhere. The only thing you have to do is just look at who you are in the dark. If you're not impressed with who you are in the dark, you'll never be impressed with who you become in the light. I'm inspired by who I am in the dark. So my light is automatic. I can make the argument. If I had a way to bring who I am in the dark to this live stream right now, it'll blow your mind. He's way more powerful than I am. Who I am in the dark is way more powerful than the version of me that you see in the light right now. I'm just a reflection of who I am in the dark. That boy is relentless in the dark. Do me a favor real quick, you guys, and share or repost a live. Daughter of Zion, I see you, beloved. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So it's on you now. Life is a single player game. Stop playing it at a multiplayer level. It's on you now. It's on you to get your root system powerful. It's on you to become powerful in the dark when no one else is watching. Ain't got nothing to do with your partner. Has nothing to do with your kids. Has nothing to do with your friends or your family. Don't put it all on them. Has nothing to do with someone took from you in the past. It's all about who you decide to become right now. You have an opportunity right now to become powerful in the dark, meaning that whatever it is that you're afraid to walk away from, whatever it is you attach to, whatever it is you cling to, whatever it is you might be addicted to, if you can't become powerful in the dark, beloved, he ain't gonna ever let you be powerful in the light. How you gonna lead people in the light if you can't lead yourself in the dark? I'm just asking you, how we gonna do it? That's spiritual common sense right there. But see, here's my thing. If my discipline is powerful in the dark, oh, my light gonna be off the chain. If my character and my integrity is powerful, my light's gonna be off the chain. One more time, are we gonna be hypocrites? That's what we're saying. We're gonna be hypocrites. We're gonna sit here and talk about how much we love God, but you don't capture what He is in your life. If God is love, you ain't got that captured in your life. If He's joy and peace, you ain't got that captured in your life. If He's abundant, you ain't got that captured in your life. That's what He's saying. Whatever I am, capture that in your life. I'm love. Why is that not captured in your life? I'm happiness, joy, peace, and abundance. Why is that not captured in your life? Why is there all this pain captured in your life? Why is there trauma captured in your life? Why is there all this suffering captured in your life? When I've given you all of the information that you need to become everything that I created you to be. Oh, I tell you what happened. We started chasing people. We started chasing validation. We started chasing likes and shares on social media. We started chasing popularity. It wasn't because we didn't have time. It wasn't because we didn't have time. It wasn't because we don't have access to the information. You got a phone in your hand right now that has access to all of the information on the planet. You got more access to it. You got more access to information in your hand than Martin Luther King had, than Gandhi had, than Mother Teresa had, than Marcus Aurelius had, than Socrates had combined. So we ain't got no excuse. See, this is all about desire. This is all about burning desire. I told you guys this the other day. The most dangerous word on the planet is not the word fear. That's not the most dangerous word. It's the word option. Because you have the option to remain who you are, or you have the option to become the most powerful version of you. You have an option right now. And the fact that there's nothing anchoring you to become the most powerful version of yourself, most people settle for their comfort zone. We settle for mediocrity. We settle for a life far beneath what we are capable of experiencing. We settle. Come on, let's just live in the truth. We ain't gotta, come on, let's just live in the truth. Ain't nothing stopping you right now. Your mindset is what's hurting you. What you won't walk away from is what's hurting you. What you won't let go of is what's hurting you. What's standing on the other side of all of the decisions you're afraid to make is what's hurting you. That toxic relationship you won't walk away from, that's crushing you. You not mastering yourself because we're too busy chasing people, that's crushing you. You not loving yourself unconditionally because you won't heal all of the unhealed versions of yourself, even though the information is available to you. We don't move with that urgency. God moves with urgency, beloved. I don't know whether you realize it or not. Everything He does is with urgency. Everything. And so my life had to capture what He is. If He's unconditional love, then my life has to capture it. If He's joy and peace, then my life has to capture it. Because I'm what He sent to be a representation of Him here on this planet, and so are you. But what do we represent? We represent our relationships. We represent our family. We represent our culture. We represent some church that somebody did built with their hands. We represent all these other things. He said, you can represent everything you want in the world. None of those things are me. You're not representing me because you represent that. You can represent whatever you want, but you're not representing me. If you're not representing unconditional love, you're not representing me. If you're not spreading the unconditional love, you're not spreading your purpose, you're not spreading your calling, you're not representing me. Care what label you put on it, you're not representing me. If you can walk away from people that are living a life far beneath what you're living, you're not representing me. If you can see that homeless person on the corner and then you conveniently look away as though you didn't see the person, you're not representing me. If you judging and criticizing people and making all these assumptions about people and you got all these prejudices in you, you're not representing me. If you won't love yourself enough to discipline yourself, to give yourself the life that you deserve, you're not representing me. Everything we want lives on the opposite side of discipline, but we won't give it to ourselves. Everything we want, literally, lives on the opposite side of the discipline we refuse to implement. Star, you said you're working on it? Honey, man, I'm telling you, beloved, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I get it. You said, why you feel so alone? That's good, Star. That's good. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Like I said again, I'm just in this moment. I'm just a reflection of the future version of you. That's all I am. I'm just a reflection of the future version of you. I'm not better than you. I'm not more powerful than you. I'm just a reflection of the future version of you. But every person is a reflection of you. Every person is carrying a reflection of what you have the potential to become. All people. Um, Everyone is your mirror, right? Absolutely, Jazz. You're so welcome, beloved. You said, how do you deal with procrastination? Procrastination is a wound, beloved. Yeah, procrastination is a wound. Anytime that we procrastinate because there's an unhealed wound there. Um, and through self-awareness, because I used to do it, right? But procrastination is an unhealed wound. Um, I won't say it's easy to heal, but it can be healed relatively quickly through self-awareness. But then I see, beloved. Yeah, and the reason why I say it's an unhealed wound because there was something, and that could have been something that happened in your childhood, right? It doesn't have to be something that happened in adulthood. It could have been something that happened in your childhood, something that you tried to do, something that you went after, something that you wanted your parents to be impressed by, whether that was something you brought home from school that you were so excited to share and show. Um, that you didn't get the reception, you didn't really get the energy, you didn't get the attention that you were looking for in that moment, and that's when the wound got created. And then as we become adults, that version of you never got healed. And so what happens is that anytime that you are getting ready to go after something or do something bigger or whatever the case may be, the voice from that unhealed wound will speak. And I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. So I used to play basketball. Right. In high school, I used to play basketball. I was the best basketball player on the team in high school. But all of the kids that weren't really that good on the basketball team, like their parents and their family would pack the stadium. Even the kids that, even the kids that didn't get in the game. I'm talking about parents there in full support. They got cards and they're creating all these boards and they're doing all of this amazing things for these kids. And these are kids that never even made it to the game. And so I'm looking like, damn, here it is. I'm the best player on the team. Mom's not here, dad's not here, brother's not here, sister's not here. I didn't have any support. So so my attitude would be like, why would I keep playing? Ain't nobody gonna ever come to see. Because if you guys gonna come to the game? Yeah, we're gonna come. They wouldn't come. You guys gonna come to the game tonight? No, yeah, we're gonna come. Were you guys gonna come to the game tonight? Yeah, we're gonna come. They wouldn't come. So at some point in time, I'm just like, well, what's the point? My point is that became a wound that I took into adulthood. And so anytime that it would be time to go and achieve more or do more or go after something bigger, it was kind of like, what's the point? Right? Who's gonna care? That voice would come up. Not the voice of the current version of me, the voice of that version of me that still carried that wound. That's what I'm saying. So it's when I say procrastination is an unhealed wound, that's what I'm talking about. If that makes sense. Honey, man, I see you, beloved. Chantel, I see you. Yeah, because it makes it's stuff like that that kills your drive and motivation. It's like why go after this and why go do that? I don't get the support that I need. Nobody cares. You start to develop that nobody cares mentality. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, I mean, my basketball coaches literally used to come to my mom's house and knock on her door and say, if you would just come to the games, if you would just come, can somebody come and just support? Like, you guys got to really come and see your son play basketball. Mom was okay. Well, my mom was working 2 jobs. She had all this crazy stuff going on. She just literally couldn't be there. But my point was because nobody else cared, I stopped caring. You see what I'm saying? I don't know where that could have went, and I won't guess and assume, but I'm just saying, because nobody else cared, I stopped caring. That's what I'm saying. So that became a wound that never got healed until obviously I started to serve. And then I couldn't understand. I'm like, damn, but why do I, when I'm going after something big or I'm getting ready to go do something, why is it that, that's why I celebrate the moms that support their kids and they do. You have no idea what that means to look up in that stands and to see somebody cheering for you, somebody telling you great job, somebody telling you that they love you. You have no idea, because when that kid is seeing everyone else's parents there and they don't see any reflection of their family there, it makes them feel some type of way, right? It makes them feel some type of way, like nobody cares about me, and they'll stop giving up. They'll stop putting all the energy into the thing that they're doing, because their mindset will be, who cares, right? Nobody really cares, so why should I care? I love that, Be Real. I love that, Be Real. Yeah, I love that, Be Real. So it's really, that's really important. So let me say this to you guys. God doesn't want to expand your platform. He wants to expand you. And I think that that's the part that we get caught up on, is we get caught up on the platform. We're focused on the platform that we want to have. Your platform can be a metaphor for anything. But again, he's not looking to expand your platform. He's looking to expand you. As you expand, your platform will expand. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Expand you. Don't focus on the platform. Expand you. What I'm doing right now is only a reflection of my inner expansion. And as I continue to expand, my platform will continue to expand. Man, I hope y'all don't see that. I'm telling you right now, you got to see it. Whatever the size of your platform is right now, it's only a reflection of what your character, your discipline, your integrity can handle. If you keep focusing on expanding you through self-awareness, emotional intelligence, self-mastery, consistency, discipline, as I expand me, not just meaning the version of me that shows up in the light. As I expand who I am in the dark when no one else is watching, my platform simultaneously expands. And I can expand to such a degree where you would almost be disrespecting yourself to deny me. You're going to become so powerful. I know, because I'm going to coach you through it. You're going to become so powerful that a person would feel like they're going to disrespect themselves not to listen to you. Like, I'm disrespecting me not to listen to her. I'm disrespecting me not to listen to him. See, there's people that hate me. I'll give you a great example of what I'm saying. There's people that will publicly tell you they don't like Beyonce, but they're going to go secretly buy her album. They'll tell you publicly, oh yeah, she ain't really, but you'll secretly go buy her album because you're disrespecting yourself not to listen to it. Right, that's what I'm saying. So one more time, God doesn't want to expand your platform. He wants to expand you. The greatest tragedy isn't failing to become successful. That's not the tragedy, beloved. Failing to become successful is not the greatest tragedy. The greatest tragedy is becoming successful without someone who has the character and the discipline to sustain it. Let me say that one more time. The greatest tragedy is not you failing to become successful. The greatest tragedy is becoming successful without having the character and discipline to sustain it. Man, that might be the most dangerous thing in the world. You didn't got all this success and you don't have the character to match it. You don't have the discipline to match it. Man, you're going to be crushed by that. I'm talking about it's going to eat you alive. I'm terrified of that. That's why I'm not in a hurry. I'm growing at the speed of my discipline. I want to expand my platform, increase my discipline, increase my integrity, increase who I am when no one else is watching. And he gonna expand your territory. He expands your territory based on the strength of your discipline, based on the strength of your character and your integrity. You got to use your vision board. You can go put that away. You can put your little goals and dreams away. You can go tear all them post-its off your mirror. It has nothing to do with that. Put all of that energy into building your character, integrity, and discipline, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence, and most importantly, your consistency. And your territory is going to expand. By territory, I'm just talking about what he gives you to manage. Right? More wealth, bigger houses, more cars, a more powerful relationship. You fill in the blank. Whatever the life that you want looks like for you, because it's going to look different for every person on this platform. I get that part. See, what God builds in you will always outlast what he builds through you. That's what I'm caught up on. Rasha, I appreciate you, beloved. Let me say that one more time. What God builds in you will always outlast what he builds through you. He's building through. We don't see it. We don't even see it. We don't even see it. We don't even see it. Beloved, he's building through you. Where do you think all the thought? Where do you think the thoughts coming from? Where do you think the inspiration is coming from? This is what I mean by the synergistic relationship, right? The 1 + 1 equaling the 3. See, the size of your assignment can never exceed the strength of your foundation. And that's the part that you know, especially when you really get into the awareness, like you will never want the size of your assignment to exceed the strength of your foundation, because you're gonna be terrified of that. The greatest threat to your next level isn't a lack of opportunity. The greatest threat to your next level is becoming successful before you are prepared. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want that, beloved. You don't want that. Becoming successful before you are prepared. I'm telling you now, you don't want it. And that's why all these people, coach, I want $1 million, but you got a $1,000 mindset. Coach, I want a Lamborghini, but you got a Honda Accord mindset. Coach, I want this 5-star woman, but you can't handle the woman you got right now. You cheat and lying to her. What you gonna do with the other one? You still taking you with you everywhere you go. You take you with you. You're gonna eventually get desensitized to the next one. You're gonna treat the next one just like you treated the last one. That's what I'm saying. See, you're more than what you produce. God never intended for your productivity to become your identity. You were never created to carry the weight of trying to prove your worth to someone. Because your true value is connected to your purpose in life, not to your possessions. Your possessions are just outcomes, beloved. Everything in your life right now, everything material is just some outcome. It's a result of the value that you bring to the moment. Your relationship is a result. Why would you bow to the result? Stop giving it more significance than what it's a result. The car is a result. The house is a result. All the clothes in your closet, all result. These are just your results. I'm not focused on the results. I'm focused on the one that created them. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me right now. Y'all not hearing me right now. Come on, man. Most important thing. Your name, you said you're here, beloved. Brock, what's up, beloved? One more time. Your true value is connected to your purpose in life, because we don't know how many people your purpose is supposed to serve. Happy Thursday to you, beloved. We don't know how many people your purpose is for. Your value doesn't come from all the material stuff and all that other stuff like that. Your value, let me say it this way. Your value in God's mind is connected to your purpose. Because you're supposed to serve a certain. I'm operating out of my purpose right now. I'm serving right now. I'm doing exactly what he created me to do. I'm doing exactly what he created me to do. So I'm in full alignment. Full alignment. Which means there's no room for depression. There's no room for unhappiness. There's no room for moodiness or gloominess. There's no room for anything. I'm just doing what he created me to do. You know, like we talk about the fish. The fish doesn't have to take swimming lessons. It's just doing what it was created to do. Now, you might look at the fish and say, oh my God, look how fast it swims. The fish is just doing what it was created to do. Birds don't have to go to flight school. It's just doing what it was created to do. You might be impressed by how high that eagle can fly, but it's not. That seed doesn't have to take a gardening class. It's just doing what it was created to do. When you're operating out of your purpose, it's not impressive to you. It's going to be impressive as hell to other people, but it won't be impressive to you. Because you're gonna be just like the fish swimming through the ocean. You're just doing what you do. You just dancing your dance. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna tell you why it's I'm gonna tell you why it's so beautiful. I'm gonna tell you why it's so beautiful. I'm gonna tell you why it's so beautiful. Lena, I see you, beloved. Let me tell you why it's so beautiful. Because your ego can't reach that high. My ego can't be a part of this moment. My ego cannot be a part of this moment. So if you like, coach, you the best thing in the world, I'm gonna say, wonderful, beloved. Coach, you the worst thing in the world, wonderful, beloved. My ego's not involved. Now, if my ego was involved, why don't you like me? And what did I say? And I don't understand. And why are you talking to me like that? I would be doing all of that. I would be defending. There's nothing to defend. So when you're operating out of your purpose, right? When you're operating out of your purpose, you just doing what you do, and it's not something that you're gonna think is a big deal. It's only gonna be a big deal to the people that you're here to serve. To them people, it's gonna be huge, but it won't be to you. And I love how he did that. Because you're just like, oh, what I do. I tell you guys this all the time. A good is never so good as when one has no idea that they're doing good. That's the best good in the world. I'm talking about that's the most powerful good on the planet. When you help somebody, you don't even know how you helped them. You didn't change somebody's life. You don't know what you said. You don't know what you did. Coach, you changed my life. What I say? What did I do? I'm just dancing my dance. This is what I'm saying. A good is never so good as when one has no idea that they're doing good. You're just doing what you were created to do. And as a result of you doing what you were created to do, people are being inspired and motivated and lives are being transformed. And you just doing what you, and I can see how God would be the most humble thing in the universe, because it's like, I'm just being me. He's just being what he is, but he's what he does for us and what that means to us specifically. But to him, it's like, oh, that's no big deal. You want $1 million or you want $1? To him, it's no big deal. It's only a big deal to us. When you got everything, how's anything a big deal? If you got a million outfits in your closet and I come to borrow one, you're gonna be like, I don't care nothing about that outfit. I don't even wear that. That's how he's looking at it. What we ask him for is nothing to him. Everything to us is nothing to him. But that's what I'm saying. That part right there, man, just walking and moving in your authenticity. I couldn't help you if I'm showing up pretending. I can't help you if I'm showing up being some edited version of myself. My wounds are still online and my trauma's online. That's when people come and they all disrespectful in the chat. It doesn't hurt me because all of the things that it would have triggered have been healed in me. Nothing to defend. There was a time I didn't like myself. I'm gonna take all your power back. There was a time I didn't like myself. There have been moments in life when I didn't even like me. So why would I be upset? Because there's a chapter that you see in me in that you don't like. And see, that's real humility. And that's real honesty. There's been moments in your life, beloved, come on, let's live in the truth. There's been moments in your life when you didn't like you, when you weren't loving you, when you weren't showing up for you, when you were getting down on you. So why would you be upset because somebody else is carrying a feeling that you had a time or two yourself? So, and when you move like that, you take people's power back because they don't know how to respond to that. Oh, I don't like you. You know what, beloved? There's been moments in life I didn't like myself. They don't know how to respond to that. You don't know how to respond to that. I'm talking about that person's mind in that moment becomes scrambled eggs because they don't know what to say to that. There's no answer to that. What do you say to the person that says that? I'm gonna just take your power back right now. Let me just see what you do. Iris, I'm telling you, beloved, the next time somebody says that to you, just say that because you're not lying. In that moment, it's not like you lying. You ain't lying. There's been moments in life when you got so down on yourself, you were so disgusted with yourself. But you're not lying to the person. You're not trying to manipulate or trick the person. You're just being honest. So why would I be upset with you? Because you catching a chapter of me that you're rejecting in that moment. I've rejected me too. And I've been with me my whole life. I've been with me my whole life. You just met me and you rejected me. I've been with me my whole life and I've done it. So why would I be upset because you're doing it? See, you take people's power back the day that you stop being the version of yourself that needs to be liked by everyone. I don't need to be liked by everyone anymore. That's a wound. If you still need to be liked by everyone, that's an unhealed wound talking. Right? That's your pain talking. That's your ego that wants to be liked. I don't need to be liked by everyone anymore. I'm okay if you don't like me. Like I said again, there have been moments in life I didn't like me. Some of you guys have had moments in life where you may have wanted to end the very life that God gave you. And I'm talking to you with pure love in my heart right now. We've all been there before. We've all been pushed to that edge. We've been pushed to that boundary line where you might have even contemplated the worst thing in the world. You were just going through a lot. So it's okay when people reject certain aspects of you. Sometimes when that person is rejecting you, they're really rejecting a version of yourself that didn't love you like you needed to be loved and weren't there for you like you needed to be there for you. Maybe it was a version of yourself that you had abandoned, that, when you were abandoning yourself and different things like that. We've all been there before. Right? You just have to remember this. You have to remember this. You have to remember this. People only reject what they don't understand. They reject you because they don't understand you. If they understood you, they would never reject you. Don't ever forget that. People only reject what they don't understand. If they understood you, they would never reject you. And that's why I tell people when it comes to my students, I love hearing their stories because you can't know someone unless you know the story. Once you know the story, you'll understand why they went left here, why they made that decision over there, why they did this thing right there. You will fully understand. But if I don't understand your story, then I look at you through the window of my story. And if I'm looking at you through the window of my story, I may reject you, but I'm really rejecting me when I reject you because I'm rejecting something that's in my shadow that you trigger at that time. People only reject what they don't understand. People only try to change what they don't understand. The moment that somebody asks you to change, they're only asking you to change because they don't understand you, not because they do. Because if they understood you, they would never try to ask you to change. Bashan, I see you, beloved. Connie, I see you. Wynette, what's up, beloved? Wynette said, Coach, I'm too much. Wynette said, Coach, I'm too much. They telling me I'm too much. I love it. Take up all the space in the room. Take up all the space in the room. Wynette said, Coach, they telling me I'm too much. Yeah, take it all up. Take up all the space. I'm talking about take all the space out the room. If they telling you you too much, I know you healing. That's how I know you healing. That part right there, Tina, that part right there. Alex, you said you love hard and deep. I love it. That part right there, Rika, that part right there. That part right there, with that, I love you too, beloved. Let me say this. Let me say this to you guys. I appreciate that, beloved. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, nephew, I already know you now. I already know you now. I already know that I can't deal. I already know they can't deal with you. Red, I know you're not dimming your light for nobody. That part I know. And that's what I love. Let your strength be on display. Let your power and your growth be on display. Let your awareness and your emotional intelligence be on display. Monica, what's up, beloved? Let it be on display. And watch people. Just watch people. Let all of who you are be on display. I can't turn me down. How would turn me down? If I'm turning me down, I'm only doing it to make you more comfortable. Now let everything be on display. See, the more you build your identity on achievement, the more achievement becomes an addiction. See, and that was my problem. I was building my identity on achievement. See, your value doesn't increase in God's eyes when you succeed, and it doesn't decrease when you fail. Most people are suffering because their identity is rooted to what they produce. The most dangerous thing about success isn't what it gives you. The most dangerous thing about a success is what it quietly takes away when you're not succeeding. That's what's hurting a lot of you guys. It's not what success is taken away from you. It's what it's quietly taken away from you when you're not succeeding because you have your identity attached to what you achieve. One more time, your value can only be attached to your purpose, not to what you create. Because if success can give you the feeling of abundance, then failure can take it away. Come on, that's a double-edged sword. If success can make you feel powerful, if success can make you feel abundant, if success can make you feel like you've made it, okay, wonderful. Then that also means that failure can take it away. It's a two-way street. If you give yourself a positive stroke every time someone praises you, then you're going to be crushed by criticism. You can't get one without the other. So you have to renounce them both. I have to let go of both. I don't want the praise and I don't want the criticism. I don't do anything with them. So that way, that's how you become emotionally bulletproof, because I don't do anything with the praise and I don't do anything with criticism. I have to know who I am. And so, because there are going to be days in life that I succeed, and there may be days in life when I fail. But the point not to be missed is that because my identity is not tied to success or failure, I don't get crushed when something doesn't go according to plan. Because again, my value is coming from my purpose. It's not coming from anything else. That's where your value really comes from in God's eyes. Your purpose is your purpose creates a certain impact in the minds of other people. That's the only thing you can measure your value by is your purpose, not by what you achieve. That's just material things. But that's exactly what we do. We tie our identity to what we achieve. And so you get the promotion, you get the relationship, you get the this, you get the that. Okay, wonderful. All that's going in this direction. But what happens when you fail? What happens when the relationship ends? What happens when you get let go of from the job? You see how you go crashing right back down? So this is why we move like this in life, and we have all of these emotional spikes, because you have your identity tied to the wrong things. That part right there, Millie, that part right there, that's the coldest, that part right there. I measure my value by my impact, not by what I achieve. Think about what I'm saying. If you got a person and you didn't change that person's life somehow, some way, you've inspired that person to want to become something better. You've inspired that person to want to become more fit or self-aware or emotionally intelligent, whatever. There's no greater gift on the planet that you can, there's no greater reward on the planet. Don't care given how many cars you get, all that's going to go away. The feeling from all of the cars and the material possessions, that's hedonic adaptation. It's going to go away. One more time, the most dangerous thing about success isn't what it gives you. The most dangerous thing about success is what it quietly takes away when you're not succeeding. The moment you're not succeeding, how do you feel about yourself then? How much love do you have for yourself when you're not succeeding? How much love do you have for yourself when your body isn't where you want it to be? The relationship isn't where you want it to be. This is what I'm saying, because your identity is attached to these things. You can't protect what you never inspect. Every area of your life left unattended eventually declines. You can't strengthen what you refuse to examine. You can't heal what you refuse to acknowledge. And you can't steward what you refuse to pay attention to. See, what's happening beneath the surface of who you are is what's most important. What's happening beneath the surface of who you are right now that you may be missing? What's happening beneath the surface of who you are right now that you might be missing? How can you manage what you refuse to measure? See, every breakthrough begins with honesty and transparency. Rule number one, on your journey to self-mastery, everything in your life has to be true, accurate, and real. That's how you get to peace. That's how you get to happiness. That's how you get to unconditional love. Every single thing in your life has to be true, accurate, and real. If it's not true, accurate, and real, you have to let go of the thing, because that's going to be the very thing that blocks your peace, blocks your happiness, blocks yourself, blocks the unconditional love that you have flowing within you. If it's not true, accurate, and real, it should not be a part of your life. I don't care what it is. I don't care what label they carry. I don't care what title you place on the person. How do you become a master of self? Everything in your life has to be true, accurate, and real. Starting from this moment moving forward, doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Everything in my life has to be true, accurate, and real. If everything in my life is true, accurate, and real, let me tell you what's going to be there. Happiness is going to be there. Peace is going to be there. Joy is going to be there. I didn't say anything about a should story. I didn't say anything about hope stories, fantasies, illusions. They might become one day stories. You got to get all of that out. because all of those things keep you blind to who that person is in this moment. If you have to look at them through the filter of what's true, accurate, and real, how would you assess the situation? That's what's important. That's how I became this person to me. Everything in my life right now is true, accurate, and real. I don't have to sleep with one eye open. I don't have to wonder what people are saying. See, my circle is so small that it became a period. It became a period. You have to die to the need of people, because the person that you need, you have yet to become. Let that hit your spirit. You have to die to the need of people, because the one person that you need, you have yet to become. Your job is to be on the hunt for that version of yourself. Once you become that version of you, yeah, add as many people as you want to your life. But that's one of the biggest things, because a lot of that is just programming and conditioning. You thinking that you need all these people in your life, it's just programming and conditioning, because when you're really becoming a master of self, you need time, you need your energy, you need the focus, you need the attention. And the reason why God puts you in a state of isolation is so that you can hear his voice. Because there may be so many people around you that you can't hear his voice, because there's so many people speaking into you with their opinions and their assumptions and their judgments and their criticisms and what they think you should be doing and all of this other stuff like that, to where you can't hear his voice. So he'll put you in a state of isolation so that you can hear him, so that you can get that inspiration about what, with respect to what you're supposed to be doing next. And I'm gonna tell you right now, in actually becoming the most powerful version of you, you're gonna lose people, not because you did anything wrong, but because the version of you that the person was attached to, you no longer identify as. And that's what's going to make the person leave your life. And again, it's going to be amicable. It's not going to be you got in a fight or an argument. It's not going to be anything like that. What's going to happen is that, you know, the version of yourself that you were when you originally met that person, you're no longer that version of you anymore, right? You're growing and you're evolving, and they're remaining the same. And because they're remaining the same, you guys are no longer an energetic match. See, the version of you that you were when you met the person, you guys were an energetic match. You guys were matched energetically. So it made sense. But you're no longer an energetic match for that person, because you're evolving through self-awareness and emotional intelligence and self-mastery and consciousness. You're evolving. So energetically, you're no longer aligned with that person. This is why you can have a conversation with the person and it just doesn't do anything for you anymore, right? It doesn't, the relation, you like, you feel like you're almost wasting your time. Like the relationship, and I'm gonna tell you how you measure it. What God is really showing you in that moment is how much you've grown. Because there was a time when you would have sat there for hours talking to that person. There was a time when you were entertained by that conversation. There was a time, but you're past that time now. And that's how you measure it. So you don't punish a person for what they're not. You focus on what you become. So there's going to be conversations that just don't move your needle anymore, but they used to. And that's what you celebrate. You celebrate that, because that is your growth and your evolution. So one more time, the people in your life currently, this is why I tell you that we talk, boom, what do we talk about? And let me tell you this, for a lot of you guys here in the community, this is important. Don't push your awareness on other people. Whatever you do, don't make the mistake of pushing your awareness onto other people. The people around you, beloved, don't understand what you're dealing with. They don't understand what you're going through. They don't understand the transformation. Don't try to go and share the knowledge. Don't try to go because you become so powerful. You want them to study with you and they're going to look at you. They'll do it because they love you, but they're really not picking up with it. Why? Because God hasn't tapped them on the shoulder yet. It's not time for them yet. Doesn't matter how much you try to push the awareness on them. He's not ready for them yet. And he may never be ready for them. But that's not your issue. But one of the biggest mistakes that we make is we'll start becoming this more powerful version of ourselves. And because you're excited and because you're happy, you make the assumption that other people are happy for you as well. And I'm going to tell you this, oftentimes they view it as a threat. And the reason why they do view it as a threat is because they see you moving away. They see you becoming something different. They see you becoming someone different, right? And to them, they think you're outgrowing them. You're going to leave them, even though that's not in your mindset. That's not even in your mindset at all. But in their mind, doesn't matter what's in your mind. You got to focus on what's in theirs. In their mind, they see you evolving. They see you becoming someone different. And it scares them because they don't know what to do with that. Right. And it becomes a threat to them. So we talk about the frog in the well. Right. So there was this frog. He had lived his entire life in this well. He had never seen life outside of the well. And one day, a frog came from the ocean. He said, "Where are you coming from?" He said, "I'm coming from the ocean." He said, "The ocean?" He didn't know what the ocean was. He said, "The ocean? Is it as big as my well?" And the frog that came from the ocean said, "Are you kidding me? It's 1 trillion times the size of your well. You've got all these creatures and you've got whales and dolphins and squid, and you've got all of these octopus. You got all of these creatures everywhere. It's the most beautiful place you've ever seen." And the frog in the well replied like this. He said, "With all of the creatures that I've met in my well, you are the biggest liar I have ever met." See, the frog in the well didn't know anything outside of its well. And so when you're talking to people about awareness, you're like the frog coming from the ocean. They're like the frog in the well. They don't have the mental capacity, the emotional capacity, the spiritual capacity to understand and comprehend what you're saying. They don't have it because God didn't bless them with that as of yet. Right. And so it's so important. So when you're talking to that person, just understand, just remember the frog in the well story. And when you're talking to that person, just understand that in that moment, they're the frog in the well. You the frog coming from the ocean. You got all this different level of consciousness now, different level of emotional intelligence, different level of self-awareness. Your thought process is different. Your programming and conditioning is different. The way you view the past is different. The way come on, man, you speaking a foreign language to them. In their mind, they're like, impossible. Impossible. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, so the same way that the frog coming from the ocean could not create the paradigm shift for the frog in the well, you're going to be met with that same challenge. And so don't force your growth, your awareness, and that's a lot of the reason why we created the Mindset Masters community, is because so that you could have a community of like-minded individuals that understand your growth, understand where you're coming from, understand who you're becoming. They're seeing you through your potential and not your past, not your pain, not yesterday's version of you. This is why our community is so important, because you have a place, right, where you can go and speak to people that understand your transformation versus you just being bottled up in your home. See, when I started my self-awareness journey, I didn't have people to talk to. I didn't have a community to go to. I didn't have live streams like this. I didn't have any of that. This is why I created it. I created it because of what I didn't have, right? Every business that's ever been created was only created because of what someone didn't have at that time that they saw a need to fulfill. And so that's why I'm saying it's when it comes to the people that have all, let me say it this way. When it comes to the people that knew who you were before you became the version of yourself that's watching this live stream, be careful there. Be careful pushing what you're learning onto them, because they're going to reject it. And they're not rejecting you, because what's happening is that you becoming someone different is reminding them that they haven't grown, that they haven't evolved. And that's a lot of the reason why they're rejected. That makes sense? Again, I tell you guys this all the time. People never reject you. They only reject what they think you are. No one's ever rejected you. They only reject what they think you are. Every person in life that's ever rejected you only rejected you because of what they think you are, because people don't understand what you are, because they don't understand themselves. If I don't understand me, I can't appreciate you. See, but the self-aware person would never reject you, because the self-aware person understands what you are. And they also understand that in that moment, you're a gift. In that moment, there's something that you're coming to deliver, something that may allow them to grow or evolve somehow, some way. So it's a welcome invitation. When people are not awakened, they're rejecting you because of you're out of alignment with their programming, or they reject you because you're not a part of, they are not a part of your journey, right? They're not a part of your timeline. Who you're becoming doesn't involve this person. Let me say it this way. Every person that's ever accepted you only accepted you because they were a part of your timeline. It's so important for you guys to understand that. I think that when people really understand it, like on all three levels of mastery, it just changes. It changes the way you look at rejection. That part right there, guardian angel. That part right there, beloved. So yeah. Oh yeah. Let me go over this. Let me go over this piece real quick, because this is important. Major, I see you. This piece right here is important. Let me cover this piece real quick. Let me cover this piece right here real quick. I made Rich, I made it to page 3, man. I made it to page 3. Really, I skipped through a lot. But great question. I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, let me give you guys this real quick. This is important. This is important right here. Man, oh, I damn near should have started with this. Becoming the most powerful version of yourself depends on the belief system. Come on, turn the awareness up. We're going all the way up to the top of the mountain here. Becoming the most powerful version of yourself depends on a belief system. Doubt depends on a belief system. Fear and anxiety depends on a belief system. Saying you're not enough depends on a belief system. Your past and your future depends on a belief system. Abundance and increase depends on a belief system. Health and wealth depends on a belief system. Being healed and being whole all depend on the belief system. Boom. This is what God is saying. He's saying everything that's happening in your life right now, good, bad, or otherwise, depends on a belief system. That toxic relationship depends on a belief system. You saying you're not enough depends on a belief system. Becoming the most disciplined version of yourself depends on a belief system. Becoming self-aware and a master of self depends on a belief system. Your past and your pain depends on a belief system. All these things require your participation. They can't exist without you believing in the first. I'm talking about there's a whole series of things you got to do in order for this thing to be made manifest in your life. They all depend on a belief system. This is what he's saying. He's saying anything you want to become depends on the belief system, but everything that's hurt you depends on the belief system as well. All that pain and suffering you have is coming from your belief systems. It's not coming from reality. It's coming from what you choose to believe. It's coming from what you give your energy, your focus, and your attention to. He's like, what are you doing, beloved? You believing in the thing that's hurting you the most. In order for fear to be in your life, you got to believe in it. For depression to be there, you got to believe in it. For anxiety to be there and doubt to be there, they all require your belief. They don't just show up. They don't have the authority to show up. You got to believe in them. Just think about what I'm saying. And then we wonder why emotional intelligence and self-mastery is so important. The things that's hurting you the most are things that require your full participation. That's like you taking your own fist and punching yourself in the face with it. You got to participate in the bruising. You sitting here going to work, your face all busted up. Everybody asking you, what happened to you? Oh, I punched myself in the face. To God, that's how that looks. You hurting yourself. This is why self-mastery and self-awareness is so important, because the damage is being done. We doing the damage. The damage isn't happening from your circumstances. The damage isn't happening from the situation. The damage isn't happening from your past. The damage is happening because of a belief system. Everything I want to be requires a belief system. Everything that's hurting me requires a belief system. I got full control, but I don't realize it. I got all the power, but I don't realize it. Why? Because I won't discipline myself enough, which also requires a belief system, to become a master of self, to become emotionally intelligent, to become self-aware. But I'll believe in that fear. I'll believe in the doubt. I'll believe in the depression. I'll believe in the anxiety. All these things require my belief. But damn, God is saying, what if you just put all your beliefs in everything you can become and stop focusing on everything that you're not? Stop focusing on believing in everything that's behind you already. So one more time, becoming the most powerful version of yourself depends on the belief system. Doubt depends on the belief system. Fear and anxiety depends on the belief system. Saying you're not enough. If I'm saying I got enough, I got to believe it. If I'm sitting here telling you I'm not enough, I got to believe it. I don't know how many times I've been on a live stream talking about something. Somebody says, ooh, that's hard. Damn, it requires a belief system in order for you to say that. In order for it to be hard, you have to first believe it. Just look at how we punish ourselves through our programming and conditioning. We don't even realize that we're doing it. In order for me to say something is hard, I have to believe it first. Even though I just created this whole ceiling over my head, this placed a whole limitation on myself. Some of you guys are believing things right now that's keeping you from your destiny, keeping you from becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Not because God is punishing you or reality is punishing you, your mindset is. If this don't give you all of the reasons why you need to become emotionally intelligent and self-aware, nothing will. Everything that's hurting you right now requires a belief system that you are fully participating in. That's what I'm trying to wake you up to. You are part of the participation. Coach, they broke in my house. We looking at the camera. You were part of the robbery. Well, I'm looking at you like that. You know you was there too. I'm talking about they wiped your house clean, all the furniture gone, all the art gone, all the paintings gone, everything gone. But we go back and look at the goddamn ring cam footage, and you the main one in there opening the door. Manifesting excellence in leadership depends on a belief system. Do you see where I'm going with this? Everything that's wrong in your life requires belief in order for you to be impacted by it. Nothing can be there without your belief. I said nothing. And this is what God is saying. He's saying, damn, you praying to me, but then you turn it around and I gave you free will. So I can't stop you from believing in the thing that's hurting you the most. And you don't even realize you're doing it to yourself. I just qualified it. Every single thing, good or bad in your life, requires a belief system. In order for it to be a part of your life, you have to believe it, which means you are authorizing the thing. You signing off on it. So what? Is your mind your weakness or your weapon? Because it's coming from your mind. But we don't realize we're doing it to ourselves. We don't even realize we're doing it to ourselves. That person that says, "Ooh, that's hard. That sounds too hard." They don't realize what they're doing to themselves in that moment. They have no idea. So one more time, manifesting excellence in leadership depends on a belief system. Everything that's wrong in your life requires your belief in order for you to be impacted by it, which means that you are intentionally making an emotional investment in the thing. Nothing can affect you unless you believe it first. See, you can be a chosen one and still be a victim of the limitations and frustrations that plagued you before you started this journey. See, and that's the problem right there. Some of you guys are being plagued by things that you were already suffering from before you started this journey. So as you are adding new information and adding self-awareness and adding emotional intelligence, you still add it to the old foundation that's still plagued with all of these belief systems about doubt and belief systems about fear and belief systems about all these other things. So you're trying to build the new version of you on the foundation of the old version of you. This is why you have to, this is why I say there is no rebirth without death. You cannot build the most powerful version of you on the foundation of who you've always been. You can't build your new life with the mindset that created the life that you are currently experiencing. Which means that your past is still arguing with your present. That's what's hurting you. Your old identity that you haven't released is going to war with who you're trying to become. I'm going to tell you the real problem. I'm going to tell you the real problem. This might be the most important thing I say in the history of life. This just might be the most important thing I ever say in the history of life. I'm going to tell you exactly what's wrong. What you do with the information. Coach, how long will it take me to get it? 5 seconds. How long, coach? 5 years. How long, coach? 50 years. That part's up to you. It can take you 5 seconds to get it. It can take you 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years. That part's up to you. You fully control that. Here's the problem. The knowledge of who God is doesn't sit above all other knowledge in your mind. That's the most dangerous thing in the world. The knowledge of who God is doesn't sit above all other knowledge in your mind. That's what's hurting you. You have the knowledge of your past and failed relationships sitting on the same level. You have the knowledge from your pain sitting on the same level. You have the knowledge from what the world has programmed into you sitting on the same level. You know, and all of this. So here's what I'm saying to you. There's the knowledge of who God is. And then there's the knowledge of your pain sitting on the same level. There's the knowledge of who God is. And then there's the knowledge of who you used to be sitting on the same level. There's the knowledge of who God is. And then there's the knowledge of all of the stories about what hurt you sitting on the same level. So that's the problem. See, in my mind, and let me show you how it looks in my mind. In my mind, there's the knowledge of who God is. And then there's the knowledge of who I used to be. There's the knowledge of who God is. And then there's the knowledge about my trauma. You see what I'm saying? It's not sitting on the same level, which means that nothing has the power to affect me anymore. My awareness is at the top level. My purpose is at the top level. My consciousness is at the top level. The most powerful version of me is everything else is down here. For the average person, your pain is on the same level that your knowledge of God is. Your past is on the same level that your knowledge of God is. And for some of you guys, it's above it. For some of you guys, your knowledge about your pain is above your knowledge of God. Your knowledge about the stories and what broke you is above your knowledge of God. Your knowledge about your childhood trauma, what somebody didn't give you, is above your knowledge of God. And that's why you're struggling right now. That's why your pain speaks louder than your purpose. That's why your yesterday carries more weight than your today. That's why your wounds carry more weight than your wisdom. This is why, because the knowledge of God in your mind, your pain, your past, your trauma sits on the same level. That's what's hurting you the most. The day that your knowledge of God sits on a shelf in your mind above everything else, you are healed, you are transformed. Some of you guys have been going to church your whole life, but your knowledge of God and the knowledge of your pain, your story, what broke you, what hurt you, still sit on the same level. It's still sitting on the same level. So what did all that church do for you? It's still sitting on the same level. Fear sitting on the same level as your knowledge of God. Your depression sitting on the same level as your knowledge of God. Your anxiety sitting on the same level as your knowledge of God. You see what I'm saying? It's sitting on the same level, beloved. Because if it was above it, nothing would be bothering you. If your knowledge of God sat higher than your knowledge of everything else, nothing would have the power to impact you. It would be humanly impossible for anything to hurt you. Because you would have clarity, you would have understanding. Clarity leads to happiness. Clarity leads to growth. Clarity leads to understanding. Clarity leads to your purpose. Confusion leads to suffering. Confusion leads to depression. Confusion leads to anxiety. This is why we get to anxiety, depression, doubt, and fear, because we have confusion and we don't understand what's going on. That's what's hurting you. Your knowledge of God and your knowledge of everything that broke you sits on the same level. And for some of you guys, it sits slightly above. I'm not saying that you don't love him. I'm not saying that you don't believe in him. What I'm saying is that it's sitting on the same level. So nothing is dominating it in your mind. See, when I started out on my journey, my knowledge of everything that hurt me was here. My knowledge of God was here. Self-awareness brought me here. And then it continued to take me higher to where my knowledge of everything else sits so low now that I damn near can't see it anymore. That's what I'm saying. That's the discipline and the consistency and the showing up and the self-mastery and the self-awareness. It just keeps taking your knowledge of God higher. But I started out here. I'm gonna be honest with you. God was way down here on my totem pole. I can't speak for you, but my pain was up here, and my knowledge of God was way down here. And self-awareness just took me up. It just kept taking me up. Kept taking me up. This never changed. This always gonna stay the same. Whatever your knowledge is about what broke you, it's gonna always stay the same. Your knowledge of God has to increase, and it only increases through self-awareness, emotional intelligence, self-mastery, your understanding of consciousness, your consistency, your discipline, your character, your integrity. And as you grow and evolve, your knowledge of God gets higher. But this always stays the same. I'm telling you, man, that's for a lot of you guys, it's crushing you. Crushing you right now. Don't make you no bad person, but that's what's hurting you. So one more time, let me run through this real quick. The knowledge of who God is doesn't sit above all other knowledge in your mind. Be honest with yourself right now. Because if you can tell me that your knowledge of God sits above all other knowledge in your mind, then what you should also be telling me is that, Coach, I don't have any more suffering in my life. Because if your knowledge of God is that high, that means you have clarity and understanding. That means you understand why depression shows up. You understand why fear shows up. You understand why doubt shows up. You understand why anxiety shows up. You know what to do when they show up. You know why all these things are coming. You know what your past is. You change your relationship with that. You know what your ego is. You healed that. You know what your shadow is. You healed that. You don't place expectations on people anymore. You don't place psychological contracts on people anymore. You don't need people to validate you externally anymore. You don't need any of that. If you can tell me that with a straight face, then I will tell you that your knowledge of God is higher than your knowledge of everything else. But if your knowledge of God isn't higher, then you got to keep working, beloved. You got to keep working on you. See, because right now you might have the knowledge of your past failed relationships sitting on the same level. You have the knowledge from your pain sitting on the same level. You have the knowledge from what the world has programmed into you sitting on the same level as your knowledge of God. And that is a catastrophic mistake. There is only there's an only and above mindset that you have to become the most powerful version of you. I have an only and above mindset. Only and above mindset. All right, I'm gonna set my mic down. Your life will never exceed the level of the person you currently identify as. That should scare you. An above and only mindset means above, meaning the only thing that's sitting up there is my knowledge of God, right? It's above and only, right? It's just my knowledge and my mindset of who He is. Everything else sits way down beneath that. And, but again, that's where awareness is going to take you, to where your knowledge of God is so high that it just, and everything else is down here. So you just don't, nothing is impacting you anymore. Patchy, I appreciate you, beloved. Is it hard? No. Is it hard for a fish to swim? Is it hard for a bird to fly? Is it hard for a seed to grow into a tree? No, these things all happen naturally and organically. What's hard is when we show up small. What's hard is when we tolerate disrespect. What's hard is when we don't speak our truth. What's hard is when we don't live from the most authentic version of ourselves. What's hard is when we live out of our programming and conditioning. What's hard is when we settle for less. What's hard is when we don't deal with what's in our shadow. That's what's hard. The problem is that we've gotten so comfortable living with what's hard that we don't know what easy looks like anymore. We don't know what easy looks like. You can't tell me that it was hard for you to learn how to walk. You don't even remember that. Why? Because it was just a natural part of who you are. You don't even remember that. And what's crazy, I tell you guys this all the time, life is a buffet, but most people are starving to death. We like the tiny fish in the ocean. That tiny fish in the ocean, the day that the fish was born, right, a pod of whales hit the fish, right? And when the pod of whales hit the fish, its parents were eaten. So the tiny fish is swimming around in the ocean the entire time, going from creature to creature, asking, can you tell me where the ocean is? I'm talking about it's swimming up to sharks. It don't even know that the shark is a threat because it hasn't learned anything about life yet. It's swimming up to killer whales. And these creatures are looking at this fish like this fish has lost its mind. Does it know that I'm not the one you want to be talking to? But again, it's not aware. It doesn't understand. It's just trying to find out where the ocean is, never realizing and understanding it's been swimming in the ocean the entire time. How do you find what you've never lost? That's what God is saying. You've never lost me. You're looking for me, never understanding that you carry me. You are a part of me. That's why you can't find me, because you're trying to find me through your concept of me. Someone programmed to condition you to see me through a concept. That's why you don't see me. Same way with the fish in the ocean. The fish couldn't see the ocean because the ocean was what it was already swimming in. And it's just so crazy for us to, it's just mind blowing. He's everywhere that you are and everywhere that you're not. All right, let me type me in the comments real quick if this is your very first time on a live stream with me. Let me see how many first timers. Type me, Craig, I appreciate you, beloved. Type me in the comments if this is your very first time. Oh, wait, what's up, beloved? So good to see you on a live stream with me. Let me see how many first timers. First time. Awesome. Welcome all first in Brock, I appreciate that, beloved. I'm telling you, like it's crazy. The tiny fish in the ocean is so real because, uh, Patchy, I appreciate that, beloved. Welcome all first and last time listeners. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self awareness, self mastery, relationship mastery, 5D consciousness, emotional intelligence. I specialize in helping my students, clients globally to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. My purpose in life is to help you to discover yours. I'm just a bridge. Don't get caught up on the bridge. Get caught up on what the bridge is there to help you to do. It's the only thing that matters. If you picture yourself being out in the middle of the ocean and you're in this raft, right, and you're trying to figure out how to take this raft and get this raft to land, right, and you have these paddles. What are the paddles designed to do? The paddles are just designed to help you get that raft to land. I'm just the paddles in your life right now. That's all I am. And I can promise you, if you're stuck in the ocean, you're not going to be like, oh, these paddles are white, the paddles are brown, the paddles are black. You don't give a damn about what color the paddles are. They're working to help you get to where you need to be. It's all I am. Doesn't matter how the paddles are dressed. Doesn't matter what color the paddles are. Are they helping you? Yes or no? That's the only thing that we get so caught up in life. We don't understand that you can't be who you are without other people. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Where are we mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? You can't even be who you are in this moment. If you consider yourself to be an intelligent person, you can't even be who and what you are without other people. Because all of your knowledge that's sitting in your mind right now did not come from you. You didn't have to write the books. You didn't have to build the schools. You didn't have to build the universities. You didn't have to teach or train your professors or your teachers. You didn't have to make the pencils. You didn't have to make the desks. You didn't have to build the computers. You didn't have to design your clothes. You didn't gotta say, man, what y'all doing? You ain't got no excuse. I put you in a 100% pure profit situation. There's no way you can lose. I created the people that built the computers that you benefit from. I created the people that wrote the books that you benefited from. I created the people that taught you everything that's sitting on the shelf in your mind currently. The supermarkets come from me. The foods come from me. Your cell phone comes from someone I created. What excuses do you have? And then we sit here and reject the very people that hurt us the most. The people that have benefited your life the most are not the people that share the same blood as you. I don't have to know you to know that. That's a universal law. The people that have benefited your life the most don't share the same blood as you. People that are white, black, Asian, Hispanic, people from all over the world, people that you'll never see, people that you'll never meet. What about the people at the nail salon that do your nails? What about the people at the hair salon? What about the people that make the products? What about the farmers that you've never met, but you benefit off their effort and their energy and their time? What are we doing here? What about the people that design your clothes? What about the person that built your car that you ain't never met before? That we get inside of the car, you so desensitized to the car, you don't even like driving it anymore. This is what I'm saying to you. We're so desensitized. You in God's kingdom right now. You're in his kingdom right now. Everything is free. Everything only requires time, effort, energy, focus, discipline, and attention. That's what it requires. Anytime you set those things somewhere, someone's going to pay you. They're going to hand you a check. They're going to hand you some money. And then you're going to go build a life with that. Are you going to buy a car? You're going to get an apartment. You're going to get a house. Everything in his kingdom is free. You ain't never paid for nothing. What you paid was your energy. What you paid was your time. What you paid was the discipline that it took you to learn whatever it is you learned. That's what you paid. And then when you set that discipline down and that consistency down on some job, they handed you a check. So the information didn't come from you. Nothing had to come from you. All you had to do was pay attention. And we miss it. Man, we miss it. We're ruining life through our programming, through our prejudices, through the pain that we project onto other people and the assumptions that we make about them and the criticisms that we have about them and all these other things, the stories we create about people we don't even know. We got all this cultural programming going on, all this religious programming going on, all this division and separation going on, no awareness happening. We major in minor things. We're rich when it comes to greed. We're rich when it comes to racism. We're rich when it comes to projecting our pain onto other people, but we're poor when it comes to emotional intelligence. We're poor when it comes to self-awareness. We're poor when it comes to self-mastery. We're poor. We major in minor things. That's why we suffer. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And we claim to be so smart. With our PhDs and our MBAs and our master's degrees, we're all so smart. But we don't realize how we got that way. That brings humility. I don't get to be this version of myself. With all of God's children, I don't get to be this version of me. See, there's 3 levels to emotional maturity. You come in, you're dependent, meaning you need your parents and you need different people. And then at some point in time, you become independent, meaning I can tie my shoes now and I can ride a bike and I can make my own cereal and I can get dressed and all of these other things like that. And I go get a girlfriend and go get a boyfriend and go to school and learn a thing or two. Wonderful. But we never evolve into the last level of emotional maturity, which is becoming interdependent, where you understand that you are who you are, not because of you. You are who you are because of all of the other people that have made deposits into you, people that you don't even know, people that you will never meet in life have contributed to who you are in this moment. And we miss it. What a tragedy. That's the tragedy. The tragedy is not some war going on. The war is going on because of our ignorance of what we are. The tragedy is not homelessness everywhere. That's happening because of our ignorance of who we are. You know, the tragedy is not, what's going on in your city and your little town. All of those things are just the byproducts of our ignorance. If I don't understand who I am, I'll never understand who you are. It starts with me. It doesn't start with you. It starts with my knowledge of me. The day that I learn me, I can understand you. I can appreciate you. But if I never meet me that deeply, I'll never appreciate you that deeply. We suffer in life because of our ignorance of who and what we are, period. That's the tragedy in life. That's what God is waiting on us to wake up from. Wake up from your ignorance. Wake up from your illusions. Wake up from your fantasies. Wake up from your cultural programming. Wake up from all of your introjected beliefs that society has programmed into you. Wake up, beloved. Wake up. It's 2026. How are we walking around? We still don't know who we are. Still don't know our purpose. We know more about other people than we know about ourselves. We know more about other people than we know about our purpose. You got people that can tell you all of Beyonce's albums, can't tell you a thing about their purpose. It can tell you everything about how many scoring records LeBron has broken, can't tell you anything about their purpose. We know more about other people than we know about our own purpose in life. That's the tragedy. All right. Set my mic down on that. Enough said on that. Type no in the comments real quick if you are not currently signed up. Sabrina, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. Type no in the comments real quick if you are not currently signed up for my free thought of the day. Paul, I see you, beloved. Type know in the comments, please, if you are not currently signed up for the free thought of the day. Let me get you guys signed up real quick. Again, you guys, the free thought of the day comes in email format only. It comes in email format only because it hits way harder. And you don't want to miss it. My free thought of the day, you don't want to miss it. A lot of things in life you can miss. You don't want to miss this one. The whole purpose of the free thought of the day is very simple. First of all, we need to change the world. Bottom line, we need to change the world, but you can't change the world until you change yourself. Once you change yourself, you'll change your perspective on what you think needs to change. Anytime that you're trying to change the world from the version of yourself that you are right now, you're only trying to change it into what you want it to be. And that's the problem, right? With most people, because your ego's online and all of these other things like that. So number one is to wake up inspired every single day. That's the whole purpose of the free thought of the day. Number two, so you wake up inspired, wake up with purpose. But most importantly, you know, the free thought of the day is designed to unlock your inner greatness. Because it's time. Your inner greatness has to be on display, not occasionally, not sometimes, not every now and then, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Your inner greatness should be on display. So that's what the free thought of the day is about. That's what it's designed to do. And that's exactly what it will bring to your life. And again, it's free. So what I want you guys to do is copy and paste the link that Tara's going to have pinned to the screen, and then we'll be ready to go. So again, you guys copy and paste that link that Tara has pinned to the screen, hold it down, copy and paste it, and then put it inside of your browser. It will take you to get signed up for the free thought of the day, and then you guys will be rocking and rolling. Yeah, you guys are going to love it. Like, the free thought of the day is something that you're going to absolutely love. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I was doing it by text, but the text, it's such a small dose of anything that it's not enough to create the transformation that I was looking for in people. And so the email is better because the email it's a lot more mental, spiritual medicine inside of that. Yeah, see, what's up, beloved? So good to see you. So again, copy and paste that link that Tara has there, you guys, and it will take you to get signed up for your free thought of the day, and then you guys will be rocking and rolling from there. Yeah, the emails are way more detailed, way more information. Nefty, I love you too, beloved. Way more detailed, way more information. Real quick before we get out of here, if you're not currently signed up for my Mindset Masters community, type no in the comments, please. Again, if you're not currently signed up for the Mindset Masters community, type no. Let me see how many people are not currently signed up. Lady T, I see you. All right, so Lisa, I see you. So let me tell you guys about the Mindset Masters community. It's just that, right? What we do is in the name. Like, I'm going to help you become a mindset master. You know, when it comes to fear, I've mastered that. When it comes to depression, I've mastered that. When it comes to anxiety, you know, I've mastered that. When it comes to my past, I'm going to teach you how to change your relationship with that. Because the past is something that you cannot change. It's humanly impossible for you to change the past. What you want to change is your relationship with the past. And when you change your relationship with the past, it'll no longer have the power to impact your present. That's the goal. In this moment, you are both you're both a masterpiece and a work in progress all at the same time. You know, the work in progress is something that you will always continue to be. But the masterpiece is something that you can start to currently identify as now. And so it is so important for us to understand that, because you're both the problem and the solution to your life. All of your problems are being created by your programming and conditioning. You don't actually have problems that exist outside of you. Problems come from the way that you've been programmed to see the world. Anytime that something is out of alignment with your programming and conditioning, you call it a problem. When things are in alignment with your programming and conditioning, you give yourself permission to experience happiness, joy, peace, bliss, love, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to teach you guys how to master all of those things so these things don't have the power to impact you negatively. Relationship mastery is something that I want you guys to have. Emotional mastery, spiritual mastery, 5D consciousness, self-mastery, self-awareness. So nothing has the power, and to become emotionally bulletproof, which I think is one of the greatest things that awareness is going to give you, is emotional bulletproofing. For me, that's mastery at a whole nother level. So if you guys are ready to take your life to the next level, I'm just a reflection of what you have the potential to become. So when you look at me, you're not just looking at me, you're looking at what you have the potential to become. The community comes with 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. I'll be coaching you 100% of the time. It comes with access to all of my live streams, like the one you're watching right now, which is great because they're all archived inside of the community. So if you miss a live stream, you can't show up for a live stream for whatever the reason, you don't miss anything because everything it's uploaded to the community. Within 24 hours of me shooting a live, it'll get uploaded to the community. Also inside of the community is my podcast, which is exclusive to the community. You guys are going to have access to that. So additionally, you guys are going to have access to what I write every single day. And for me, the writing, the podcast, the live streams, and then having access to me as your coach. I mean, how do you lose? It's just, you just don't lose. Your focus right now should be to become the most fearless version of you, the strongest version of you, the most confident version of you, the version of you that has mastered your emotions, and you understand why every single emotion is showing up in your energy field, right? When depression shows up in your energy field, you'll know why it's there. You'll know what to do and how to deal with it. And to me, that's the most important thing in the world. I don't know what's more important than that. You can have the best relationship in the world. If you don't have mastery over yourself, you're going to suffer. You can have the best job in the world. If you don't have mastery over yourself, you're going to suffer. A lot of you guys have been suffering because of things that you no longer have the power to change, like your past and your trauma and your shadow and everything that you experienced leading up to this moment. So Bella, I see, beloved. So again, if you guys are ready to take your life to the next level, you can copy and paste that link that Tara has pinned to the grid. Hold it down for like 3 seconds. It's going to take you to the community. Also, when you guys get signed up today, you're going to receive a copy of my book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book is a bestseller. It is a game changer. You're going to absolutely need this book. You're also going to receive a copy of my e-course, The Fearless Mindset, because it's the perfect companion to the book. So you're going to need both. The entire community is $29 a month, no contracts, no obligations. I'm cheaper than therapy, and the community is far more powerful than therapy could ever be, because the community is going to transform you into something that no therapist on the planet can transform you into. How do I know that? Because we have therapists in our community. So having said all of that, if you're ready to take your life to the ultimate level, because next level is for elevators. Elevators will take you to the next level. Our community is designed to take you to the ultimate level. Just copy and paste that link and put it inside your browser. Hold it down for like 3 seconds, put it inside your browser, and then it will take you to the community. You guys will be ready to go. And then when you get inside of the community, please make sure to watch. Thank you, Lynn. I know you were coming, beloved. Please make sure to watch the community tutorial, because it's going to educate you all things community. Bella, I appreciate you, beloved. Yeah, it's going to educate you all things community, so you guys are just familiar with how everything works. There's a lot going on in there, and so I don't want you guys to be overwhelmed by anything. This is a lot of information. Are there any? Okay, Lynn, I got you, beloved. Yeti Bear, I see you, beloved. Are there any community-related questions that I can answer before we get out of here? Are there any community related questions? Bella, I see you, beloved. I appreciate you. Any community related questions before we get out of here? Love you too, beloved. Love you too. Scar, what you got? Honey man, I got you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. It's a community, beloved. It's not a class. Yeah, it's a community. It's a 7 day a week, every day kind of thing. Yeah, it's just a private community. That's I guess that would be the only difference. It's an exclusive community, but send me a message if you want to ask a personal question. Yeah, send me a message. You can depend. Well, if you're not in a community, you can send it to me on TikTok. Um, I think Scar had a question before we get out of here. Yeah, no, Talisa. Yeah, no worries. Um, okay. Yeah, Scar, you can send me a direct message. Garden of Angels, I see, beloved. Connie, absolutely, absolutely. Other than that, I will see you. What's tomorrow? Friday? Oh, we got to go hard tomorrow. We got to go hard tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh yeah. We got to show up. We got to show up and show out. Okay, you guys. I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a powerful day today. Have a blessed day today. Stay prayed up. I'll see you guys tomorrow.